back, guys. Before we continue with the video, make sure you like and subscribe and turn that little bell on so you can get the notifications that when we make a new video, you will be the first to watch it. Nerd. Sheet.
Hello, welcome to Nerd Sheet Talks. My name's Gabriel. I'm here with some special guests, aside from Nick. He's not that special, but we got two other special guests here today. The Amaya brothers.
What's going on?
Nettie, Amaya. How you doing today, Nettie?
Good, and you? Thank you for having us.
Yeah, fantastic. How you doing today, Tommy?
Doing well. How about you?
Fantastic, fantastic. So, got Amaya Bros Comics. That's your YouTube channel, correct? Did I say it right? Amaya?
Yeah. Amaya Bros Comics.
Amaya Bros Comics on
S's at the
YouTube,
end.
Twitter, Instagram.
Instagram has underscores though.
Underscores
Yeah.
and all
Amaya
that.
underscore.
We'll
We'll put
in
it
the
up.
video.
Yeah, that'll go up. Gabe will edit that.
Awesome. So, we've known you guys for years, obviously. Nick has known you a little longer.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Pretty much know Nick is
Whole
almost his life.
Yeah, almost my whole life.
Me too. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
for sure.
Nice. So, and I was thinking about this earlier too before we decided to do this, because although all four of us are considered millennials, there's different types of millennials.
Agreed.
It's called Generation Y,
Yeah.
but there's Y1 and Y2. So Nettie, I'm not trying to point out that
No,
you're a little older,
I'm a lot older.
but you're a different kind of millennial.
I am.
On the older side of the
I
millennial.
am.
So your experience was a little different. So how did you come about your nerdy side in comic books, TV shows, cartoons, any of it? What was it for you growing up?
Well, for me, the first thing, of course, being born in the 80s was Ninja Turtles.
Oh yeah.
So Ninja Turtles was my feet getting wet into the comic book world, even though most of those cartoons are not really based on the comic books because, as you guys know, those comic books were dark.
Yeah.
We'll say it was loosely based.
Yeah, it was loose. The characters were there. Obviously, they all wore red bandanas.
Mm-hmm.
No one had the colors. That actually came when they created the show, so you can distinguish which turtle was which.
Yeah.
Just
So
buy off the weapons. That's
Yeah.
what you had to before.
the
Yeah,
weapons,
yeah, in the
exactly.
comic book,
That's
it
the
It was
only
just
way.
the weapons, yeah. And then so that was like my first, my feet getting wet into the comic book world.
So
And
I have
then-
a question
go ahead.
about the Ninja Turtles, because I haven't read a lot of the older stuff. Did they have distinct personalities
in the comic
in the
books.
original comic books? Or were they all pretty much kind of like the same kind of ninja assassin kind of type of...
It's a good question. I don't even know that.
personality.
Yeah, I never.
Because I
had
know the
different-
cartoon, they really went hard with the personalities of each character.
and that yeah.
They had different
didn't really-
personalities.
they had
were
it in
all
the
really
comics.
dark, though. All
Yes.
of them.
Yeah,
like
they
every
weren't-
single one of them.
Like Mikey
Yeah.
wasn't super goofy like
Okay,
he was
yeah,
on
They were
that's
all
TV.
dark.
Donnie
Super
wasn't
dark.
super nerdy like he was in the comic books, but that's what they made it more kid friendly.
Yeah. But was Leo the leader or Raph?
I believe
was.
I don't know. I think
in the day.
Leonardo was the lead.
I thought originally Raphael was.
He might have been. I honestly,
check.
you guys can
Pretty
look that
sure
up.
it
But
was
as you guys look that up,
Yeah.
I can just
Yeah,
continue
yeah.
the conversation. So that was like me entering the comic book world was the Turtles, watching it on cartoons. Now actually reading comic books, for me was the X-Men. Back in the early 90s, my cousins in East Boston, they had a massive collection of X-Men, the Jim Lee run. So they had, first appearance of Gambit. They had all those big comic books from the early 90s. And I remember just seeing those comic books at my cousin's house. I didn't necessarily read those at the time, but I just remember it being in the vicinity. And my cousin used to go to the corner store where they used to sell comic books because,
Corner stores, yeah.
back in the 90s, like that's what it was.
Corner stores, pharmacies, gas stations.
Yeah, and then now they're starting to get back into pharmacies because now you have these Walmart 3-packs or whatever it is, Walgreens, I think it is. But they're bringing that back. But in the early 90s, like there's a corner store over here, Albert's, right next to your house.
That's still,
and they had comic books
had
there.
comic books
Actually,
a
I
lot.
bought
They
my
did?
first ever comic book there.
Wow, nice.
Which was
Wild. And
X-Men.
they're Puerto Rican.
No,
Yeah, they are.
he's Ecuadorian.
No, the main guy is from Puerto Rico.
No, he's not.
No.
I don't
From
know any
Alberts,
of
he's
these
from
people,
Ecuador.
so-
But anyways,
No,
it's
but-
irrelevant.
It's
Irrelevant.
irrelevant.
It's irrelevant. But that was where I bought my first comic book. It was probably mid '90s, so it was about 10 years old. It was X-Men Alpha #1. It was that first storyline of that Age of Apocalypse that started with that Joe Mad cover that was holographic. That was the first comic book that I remember buying as a kid. And obviously the X-Men show, Spider-Man show. And that's why Tommy and I, when you guys watch our YouTube channel, most of our comic books are based on Spider-Man. It's based on X-Men because that's what I grew up with. That's what my brother grew up with. I mean, we do obviously, drift off a little bit into the Marvel world and we'll pick up some Thor key books. We'll pick up, some other major characters, Hulk or something like that. But the majority or, the bunch that comes from us is X-Men and Spider-Man. And that's why. It's because of the 90s. Daredevil too, but Daredevil didn't have a show in the 90s. No. But he did appear in the Spider-Man cartoon for a couple of episodes when he played.
I think everyone appeared in that Spider-Man show.
Everyone was in that.
Kingpin, right?
That's...
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they were fighting him.
It's funny you say that, Gabe, because most of these characters that I remember came from the Spider-Man show, right? Obviously, his Rogue's villain, right? Mm-hmm. He has Venom. He has, Dr. Octavius. Because my cousins didn't really read Spider-Man. They were more X-Men. Mm-hmm. But, so like Daredevil, when he was on the show, that was like my first time remember seeing them. The Fantastic Four, that was the first time I remember, seeing them in the cartoons, even though they had their own show.
Yeah, they did, which didn't last very long.
No, I mean, the Spider-Man show was just iconic. Most of the characters that I remember, Madam Web, those characters, that all came from that Spider-Man cartoon. Yeah. That was kind of like where I grew up watching, comic book shows, reading a couple comic books. I didn't read too many comic books as a kid, but I was immersed into like the TV land aspect of things, watching the cartoons.
Nice. So fun fact, since you mentioned Madam Web, in the show, the 90s cartoon, Stanley's wife actually did the voice of Madam Web.
Oh, no way. Yeah. I did not know that. But I did know he was in the last episode.
He was in the last episode. Yeah, I just watched that episode the other day.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Did you recognize the voice? Is that what made you look it up or no?
No, it was the documentary I saw back in the day.
I was about to
Stanley.
say, what made you think of that?
That's crazy.
But no,
she's still alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How old is she?
Like almost 100.
But 90s definitely, and I can see that in the influence of the characters that you guys love is characters that debuted in the 90s.
Yep.
And if not debuted, really blew up in the 90s, like Venom, like he was like the dude in the 90s, and then Carnage came and Gambit. You know
what's funny though? Like Venom just started to get big for us in the 2015, 14 is when we really. I think Donny Cates just really won us over with the character.
For me,
his arc is just unbelievable. And most of the books that we do collect are Venom because of the storyline, and that's one of the few storylines that I actually still read is the Venom series. Nice. Like I read every issue that comes out, and when we were growing up, we liked Venom, but we were never like big Venom guys. Mm-hmm. But then since that story, man, the arc that Donny Cates has him, it's more of an anti-hero more than the villain that he was when we were growing up. Because he was a villain.
Biggest villain for a while.
Oh yeah,
the 90s. That was his main villain, dude.
Yep,
absolutely. No doubt. And like before, I didn't even know Venom was a comic character. When I was young, like playing Marvel vs. Capcom, I thought he was a video game character. When I was like 5, 6, I don't know. Yeah. I was just playing.
So you grew up. You were born in the mid 90s, so you had a little later exposure, and I'm sure a lot of it was influenced by your older brother, right?
I mean, I didn't get into comics till like 5 years ago. So when I was young, I didn't read any comics. It was Street Fighter and Metal Gear Solid. I was more of a gamer.
Yeah, he was more of a gamer.
I was a gamer.
Comic-Con's what really started you into comic book
Big
collecting.
Oh,
the first Comic-Con in Boston.
All we used to do, first appearances. That's what we were about. Yeah. We didn't care about...
And then you discovered variants and all these other things.
Then
You're
we
like,
wanted 500, wanted that. But at first, even with Curtis, all we did is first appearances. We wanted the first appearance of literally anyone you could think of. Like, I even have the first appearance of the Hand.
Such a random person.
Yeah, I used to just go for everything.
On that cover, was it Daredevil and Elektra?
Yeah,
on the cover,
Daredevil and Elektra.
I have that one too.
You know what it was too? You guys also got the atmosphere of Comic-Con because that was your first Comic-Con too. And you like when you first jump into that sort of comic book situation, you think that the first appearances of the books that are gonna be good money later on. No, there's a lot more Venom. Like there's a lot of different issues that can be worth it later
absolutely.
on. First appearances do or more.
With first
but,
appearances, the thing is what a lot of people call that movie tax.
Yeah.
If there's a movie
Blows
coming
up.
out,
It blows.
all of a sudden the price jacks up, and that's when you want to sell it and make money.
Yeah.
But these variants, they're always going to be valuable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Especially
And
by
that's the difference with the first appearances and things like
especially by specific artists, and depending on who did it. Like anything Jim Lee now is like
Yeah.
he even like because now he's into DC more than Marvel, so his Marvel stuff is up more now. So like it all depends on when. That's pretty much the kind of depending on each person.
It is, yeah.
Your first Comic-Con, was it, you said 5 years ago, was it?
No,
First
his first was
Comic-Con
like
was like
2018. So
years
it's
ago.
2018,
about 3 years ago.
But I got into books like before that.
a little before that,
before
about a year before that.
Nice. And which Comic-Con was y'all's first?
Together,
my-
2018.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Fan Expo.
Because remember when
2018.
yeah
You
because
guys have been going for Rhode
Yeah,
Island.
you've been
So
Ohio.
our first one was
Puerto Rico.
2013.
Yeah,
in
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico. We went
That
to
must
Puerto
have
Rico
been crazy.
Comic-Con.
dude, it was one of the
So-
craziest
better
ones.
than Rhode Island. Because I know
Rhode Island?
I know
It's
you
hard
both
to
like Rhode Island.
It's hard to
Yeah.
compare because we've only been to the Puerto Rico one once.
Rhode
And that
Island.
was our first one, and the party there was like bananas.
And I've been going to Rhode Island Comic-Con since 2013 until last year was the
Yeah.
first year I didn't
Yeah.
go.
yeah.
So we've been to a lot more Rhode Islands, but Puerto Rico Comic-Con, just the cosplay and dedication over there,
Yeah.
it was
The,
just
like,
amazing to see.
Almost every single person had some sort of a costume on.
See,
like
I'm not a
we
big
were
cosplayer.
no,
I'm
we
not
aren't
into that.
like well
I'm
you
not
are.
either.
I'm
Gabe
not.
is.
I
Gabe
love to
is.
cosplay.
Yeah,
But like,
I don't.
But like in Puerto Rico, like if you didn't have a costume, you were the odd one out. That's how different it is.
We were like walking around like, man,
we should have.
I had a plan to get
Yeah,
a but
and
it didn't.
it
The
just
delivery
didn't
didn't
fly,
come till
yeah.
later on.
Mario
but
Luigi.
No, that
No,
was
I
later.
had
That was
a-
Rhode Island.
Yeah,
I
We did
remember
that
you
for
did
Rhode
it.
Island.
we did
Yeah.
that for.
I remember.
Actually, it was you and Cito who did it
In
for
Rhode Island.
In Rhode Island,
But for
We did it
Halloween, yeah, we did it. Yep.
I love cosplays. I love to dress up as my favorite characters and characters that I love. Of course, my Prince one like kind of blew
That
up
was
when I
crazy.
did those.
It looked really good though.
But and
Yeah.
then I created my own
looked
Prince
good.
one, and I've done Spider-Man and anime characters.
You wore Spider-Man. I remember that to Fan Expo
I've
2018.
I've always said
Right?
that, and I know Nettie isn't a cosplay dude,
No.
but he would make a perfect Gambit.
I need to be
Maybe
6
now
feet
he
tall.
It doesn't
No.
matter.
Gambit's like
no.
put on 6'2".
Put on some
I tell you,
Timberlands.
it doesn't matter because Prince is 5'2".
No, he's not.
Yeah,
5'2".
he is.
Crazy.
Dude, he's
I thought
mad
it was
small.
6 feet.
I'm
No.
almost a foot taller than Prince was.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, dude, he's small.
Tiny
That's crazy.
dude.
Well, if you look at my Instagram profile at the Nerd Alive, cheap plug, my avatar is me throwing cards with
Yeah,
my
I
hair
s-
down. With my
And
hair
that's-
Especially
yeah.
when I saw that picture, I'm like, why isn't he doing Gambit? Like, he would be the perfect Gambit.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
if we maybe next year if we have a fan expo or something like that around here, I'll
at least one day.
Just you have to do like
I have the
think-
hair now. You know, I
You
have
know,
the long
I did
hair,
it one
so-
day, and like make sure that day you do nothing important though, because you will be stopped numerous times for pictures. There would be
I don't
like
know about that.
You will.
yeah, you will, and you're not gonna want to say like you can say no, but a lot of
Fuck
people
you
don't.
guys,
Yeah,
no.
fuck you
Yeah.
guys in your pictures. No, but it's a good experience. I feel like because I did it for Mario, and I was like, yep, not doing this again. Too many people.
And it wasn't even like an elaborate
yeah,
Mario. It was like a simple Mario
It was a simple
costume.
Mario
Yeah.
costume, and literally people stopped me.
People like that.
But still, it
But
was.
see, that's
do
why
like
I know, like, when I do Prince, I know, okay, I'm going to be stopped a lot
Yeah.
to take pictures.
You get a lot of the older people too.
which
that,
is good because, like, when I buy comic books at Comic-Con, which I'm sure you guys do, you know, certain days, but Sunday
Yeah,
for me, the last day is always the best day.
Of course.
Because you get the best deal. So I'm like, I'll do my cosplays earlier, do all my nerd sheet stuff. You know, I love to interview people and talk to people. And then the last day, I always go normal clothes, just go in the shop, see what I can find, deals and things like that.
I think by Sunday, Nick, Tommy, and I are usually just like burnt out
Yeah,
because
'cause
we're at the
CGC is-
CGC line
yeah.
Friday and Saturday, and by
Takes too long.
Sunday, we're just like
Sometimes
oh,
I don't even.
man.
I'm going Sunday because I'm so tired. I'm like, I'm not going.
Yeah.
I remember that
So
one
burnt
year,
out.
you guys didn't come on Sunday, but there was that Gambit book you wanted me to get.
And you got it. I still
Yeah.
have it.
Yeah.
I forgot which issue it
I'll
was,
tell you right
but
now.
it was like a gold. Was it the gold cover?
It's
Yeah.
a 9.6 and it's a CBCS.
9.4.
9.4, and it's signed, right?
Wait, it's the first issue, isn't it? Gambit issue 1. It's just the
Gambit
gold.
number 1?
It's
the gold version.
It's the
yeah.
rare. It's the rare. Yeah, variant. The gold foil one. It's a 9.4 CBCS.
Now, I don't know. I know variants are super hot right now over the last however many years.
Yep.
Back in those days, when that first Gambit issue came out, how rare was it to have variants of certain comic books?
I'll be honest with you. I don't even remember my cousins that were big collectors. I don't even remember seeing that gold foil variant anywhere.
Because I saw that, I was like, "This is a dope," and it's an older book, so I was like,
Not that old. Come on now.
But it's mid-90s though.
But that's not that old to me now.
But you got to remember variants.
dude, that's over 20 years.
Yeah, but then look at like
it's almost 30
Almost
years.
30.
Jesus Christ! Now you're showing.
We're old now,
like
man.
It's like from 90. Actually, that book was like 93, 94 because I own a page from that run from Lee
yeah,
Weeks.
I
Remember, I
yeah.
just bought that
Yeah.
like a few months ago off of
But
Lee
like that
Weeks.
doesn't make like I feel like the 90s are like they're getting older now, but I still feel like they're not too old.
No, but
No, it's not too old, but compared to like how often variants come out now, to see a variant
like
back
that,
in those days,
like in the 90s, I
to
think.
me, it makes it even more valuable to have a variant of an issue back in the 90s, even.
yeah, and if you know the history of variant comics, variants didn't come out or become big until like the 80s. So think about all the comic books that, were collected in the 70s, 60s, for the golden era, 50s. That's it.
Yeah,
the only
the
only variance they have in quotes is like a 35-cent variant compared to a 20-cent variant.
Yeah.
Like a Canadian variant.
Canadian variant,
Like
yeah.
that's what you're
That's
talking
what it
about.
is.
Is
The
variants.
second print where the coloring's like a little
Exactly. And second print now is hot as hell. Like 2020 was the year of second
so
print.
weird. Yeah,
Third too.
it's so weird.
I was
Third,
looking
second,
online
third, it's
when I was
crazy.
looking at covers that I like and stuff. I was like, man, a lot of these second prints are like really going up
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, because a lot of those second and third prints are actual
Low print
pages
run.
from inside of the
Yeah.
book,
Yeah,
too.
their interior and it's low
So
print run.
They just pick a sick page and slap it on the front and put color,
You know what I do want to touch upon real quick too is getting back to comic books. So, I was telling how I collected a couple X-Men in the 90s, but what series I collected from, and I still do religiously, and I was a collector from 2000 on. Take a guess.
I'm gonna guess Street Fighter.
100%. I literally have every single issue of Street Fighter comic books from like the 2000 run up until now.
It's
so the
crazy
Udon series,
No, it's
I
really
have
good.
every single issue. I don't have like the variants for every
Yeah.
issue, but I have every single issue from that run. I have a long box, all Street Fighter.
Did you
comic
ever
books.
send your issue 2 of to Eastman?
No.
Why? See,
I'm
you
not.
sh-
I didn't want to
ju-
crack it.
Just do it.
Nick's saying that because I have
Do it.
So I kept an eye on it, right? So I bought TMNT number 2 about 3 years ago.
Wow.
I bought a CGC 9.4. I paid about $250 for it. A sale just happened on eBay last week for like $1,600.
For
Like-
that same book.
But
Yeah.
why?
It's
just
the first
send-
appearance of
just
April
send it
Neal.
to
Yeah.
April
Eastman.
O'Neil.
Just send it to Eastman. Get it signed by him, dude.
I mean-
just do it.
The thing is, like, it's in its slab, and then to mail it out, have it get cracked. I don't know. I get a little.
It's gonna get changed anyway.
I know, but
It's gonna get a new CGC head anyway.
you know what? I'll probably wait till they'll have the turtle label on it, and then
Oh,
I'll
yeah,
put the
that'd
because
be cool.
eventually
Just
they'll
hook
do
up.
something like
Just
that.
talk
How
to your
do they not
connection.
have
You guys
it?
have a connection
do.
now.
I don't know
Brady,
how they
shout
don't
out.
have a TMNT.
They
Well,
don't
they
have
don't even have DC.
Yeah, bro, they don't.
They
even
have to have
DC.
DC before TMNT.
I
No
agree.
way.
Yes,
Dude, come on. Batman.
Okay, yeah.
You think
Batman,
of it,
Superman, but
Superman,
that's it.
Batman.
Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Flash.
TMNT.
Green Lantern.
Remember,
Green-
DC
yeah,
was
come on,
here
bro.
before Marvel. I like Marvel more, but DC is started a lot earlier.
I agree.
I think
That's-
TMNT is bigger than like Wonder Woman and stuff, though. Not Batman and Superman. Because
No.
TMNT
Maybe
is
not.
maybe Wonder Woman.
I don't think it's bigger than Wonder Woman.
I think for sure.
Dude, Wonder Woman.
No doubt.
They have a
because
museum for
everybody
Wonder
watches
Woman.
TMNT.
The most iconic female superhero of all time.
It's Wonder Woman, right?
Come on.
It has to be.
TMNT's
I would
top
say so.
5 all time comics.
What? No. This should have been the
Bro,
topic
yeah, right.
today,
TMNT?
Gabe. Most influential comic book characters.
Yeah, I mean,
No,
You
turtles.
can't
turtles
talk
are
about
not,
it.
Turtles.
gotta
Yeah, I
be
mean,
top
we could.
5. Bro.
I wouldn't
Are you
put.
kidding me?
If we're gonna talk most influential comic book characters, maybe Turtles get the number 10 spot.
I agree. I think they're top 10
Maybe they'll
because
get the
they
number
brought
10
people
spot.
like me into that.
They
like,
have
that
a
was
whole
my first step
generation
into it.
of people who
Yeah.
kind of. But as far as
Even
influential,
Scott. Scott
Dude,
Curry.
yeah.
He's a
Yeah,
big,
if you
he's
tell
a huge
Scott
hero.
that,
He's
he's
a
gonna be
huge
mad
star.
at you.
I think he would agree. Probably top 10.
Yeah. I mean, bro, and
But
as
Wonder
much as,
Woman's not top 10.
yes, she is.
Wonder
Dude.
Woman's top
Yes, she
5.
is.
Dude, she is.
Top
yes.
5.
Bro,
Top 5.
Tommy,
I don't know about top 5.
If
Gabe.
you
There's
were
no way
really gonna
she's top
think about
5.
influential characters, it would. And I'm a Spider-Man guy,
He's in there.
but it would go Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, Wonder Woman.
No.
You know, I mean, I agree with the top 3, 100%. For me,
Spider-Man's definitely top
it
3.
and I don't like Superman at all.
I hate
I hate Superman.
Me too. He's
We
my
all
most
hate-
hated
yes.
comic book character.
I hate him. I don't like him.
Despite me
I
liking
like the
a certain
characters that
comic
play.
book cover with him
Yeah.
that I'm going to talk about
Yeah, well,
later,
yeah. Okay.
but I really don't like the character
Me
as
neither.
he is.
Me neither. But I would say Superman, Batman, and then Spider-Man are your top 3. And I mean, I guess it's a little interchangeable, but that should be your top 3 most influential.
And
comic book
Spider-Man's
That's
my
for
number
sure.
1 dude, but for me, as far as influential characters, that's got to be the top 3.
character. Yeah.
And for me, Wonder Woman would probably be 4. If someone makes a compelling argument, maybe I'll be like, okay, maybe Wonder Woman 5. I just can't think of any characters that would be more influential.
I mean, the Captain America during the wars.
Captain America, that's a good
That-
one.
yeah,
That's
and I don't
Captain
like
America.
Cap at all.
And
Yeah,
then in the
he-
last
Nope.
10 years, I mean, Thor's got to be top 10.
Nah.
No
way.
Influential.
Maybe when the
'cause-
movie came
only
out.
because
but that's it.
Thor's not even an original character.
No, he's not.
He's like from mythology, so
Right.
I wouldn't even say he's influential like that.
He doesn't originate from comic books.
Yeah.
So it's tough to put him in that when these characters, they derive from comic books.
Their birth was a comic.
Yeah, but
Yes.
Captain
That's how they
America
were born.
is a good one though.
Yeah.
Cap, I think he's
I
bigger
like.
than
I
Wonder
would
Woman.
flip Wonder Woman and Cap.
Cap's
I would
gotta
go
be
back
up
and
there.
forth with
Yeah,
4 and
yeah,
5
I
with
could see
Wonder
that.
Woman and Cap.
Yeah. I agree.
Only because Wonder Woman, like the female, like we're not women, so we don't really,
It's
but
true.
The
We don't feel
female,
that.
For girls, he's definitely top.
the female
Number
perspective,
one.
that's like such an influential,
Yeah.
like character right
Oh,
there.
without a doubt. There's no doubt about it. She is the creme de la creme when it comes to female superheroes.
Yeah, it's
And I will agree with you with that.
so. I forgot what we were talking about, but that was a nice segue.
we were talking. Tommy was talking about video games and whatnot. Like, how
So
we got
you
into it.
kind of grew up more with video games.
Video games.
So PlayStation 1 was your first system, and 64.
That was my-
where
that
you
was my
going?
My
first system.
first system was PS1.
PS1,
Was
like
it?
But I used to go over my cousin
so
Ryan's
yours,
house and play Nintendo
like it was
64.
like it was your system.
It
Is
was,
what you're saying.
it was Nettie's, but
No, it was
everything
Nettie.
that was
Okay,
his was
okay.
mine.
Because the first system I ever played was the NES that I remember playing, and then the first system that I really played was Sega Genesis.
Yeah. See,
But
like,
I didn't get
that's-
my own system till my mom bought me a Dreamcast.
Oh, wow.
That was my first system, which it's in my living room right now.
That's dope. You can play Marvel vs. Capcom 2 on that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what
oh,
we
yeah.
used to play it on.
Yeah.
Then my
Dreamcast.
first system, like that's actually mine, is a PS3. Because
Nice.
he would buy everything. But
Yeah,
would
because
just-
I had
Yeah.
I had older brothers too, so like
That's
nothing
what I'm
was
saying.
mine.
That-
So
so
Cito
if
had
that
all
I
the
like
systems.
bought is a PS3 because he had PS1, you had a Sega,
But-
you had everything.
So the
had
first
everything.
one that you really played though was PS1.
PS1.
Yeah.
What were the games?
Resident Evil 2,
Oh, I love that game.
original Resident Evil,
Top
Metal,
10.
You guys played Metal Gear too. Was
Metal
it?
Gear one.
Metal Gear
one.
was a huge one.
double disc. Metal
Yeah,
Gear.
that's what me and him were
So,
talking
we were
about.
talking about
it's
that.
blue.
Cito had.
It's baby blue. the
I
disc.
think it was
Yep.
2. Metal Gear Solid 2.
That's
I
his
think it was.
That's
favorite.
PlayStation 2.
Was it PlayStation 2?
Yeah, I beat the game.
Whichever
31
one was for
times.
PlayStation 1 he
Jesus.
played.
Yeah.
That had 2 discs.
Yeah, that was
And he didn't have a
Number one.
memory card.
Yep.
So he literally would play through as far as he can get that day, turn it off, and then restart the
I
next
remember.
day. and
I
go
heard you
further.
saying this
It
in
was
a podcast.
I would watch him all the time. Like, are you kidding me?
And it's a really long game,
Yeah.
Metal Gear 1. It's
And
2 discs for
eventually
a
he
reason.
did it because he would fly through the beginnings and all that because he's done it so many times that he eventually just flew through it in one sit.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great game.
Yeah,
I don't even want to do that now.
Oh my
Back
God.
then, too.
PS1 had so many good games,
really
dude.
good. So what was your like? That was like your
Resident
PS1.
Evil 2, Resident Evil, Metal Gear,
All the Street Fighter games.
Street Fighter Alpha 3, Street
Alpha
Fighter Alpha
3.
2. What else did I? Jet Moto. It's like a racing game.
Yeah.
Twisted
no.
Metal.
Twisted Metal. I remember that one.
I used to play that.
What What else did we have on the PS?
On the bro, we had some Dino Crisis,
Yeah.
another
Dino
Capcom.
Crisis.
Bushido Blade.
Bushido Blade,
You know,
Ballerina Toshinden.
I
So you
used to
guys
play-
know, a couple years ago, I bought Bushido Blade, brand
game's
new.
wild.
I
No
have
way.
it for the PS1
Bushido Blade 2. we
because
used
of
to
you
go-
guys.
My
Because
older-
I have that game.
My older brother
It's
Nasa
one or
would play
two
that
I have.
all
Two's
the
the best.
time.
We sweat that game.
Yeah.
We used to
I
go
never played
wild
it, but
on
he would tell me, "I'll do this game."
It's like a
Bushido Blade.
Japanese
It's like-
game. Samurais.
But
like,
I used to
stuff.
play Tenchu with the ninja game. I played
Yep.
that one. But
remember
also, my brothers would play Xenogears,
Oh,
which was
yeah.
also a 2-disc game.
I forgot to say Mega Man.
And then
X4,
dude,
X5.
Mega Man
I used to
X's?
go
Oh,
wild on
so
those.
good.
Ask Nettie.
Yeah.
X4 and,
then,
X5. Those were my
Final
games.
Fantasy 7
Yep,
was like
that's PS1.
Oh my god, such a good game.
I mean, that's
7
I
and
think
8.
That
like,
might
I
be the
really
greatest
liked.
PS
Street
one
Fighter
game
2
of all time.
was on PS1
Street
as
Fighter
well.
2 was on
But
a
it was
lot
like
of
a
consoles.
hyper, like, you know how they did like Street Fighter 2?
Yeah, but Street Fighter 2 originated from the Genesis.
No, for
Genesis
sure.
and Super and the what
Super
is it? The
Nintendo.
SNES.
Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
SNE, SNES, whatever.
They call it the
SNES.
SNES.
SNES. I just say
SNES.
Super Nintendo.
Yeah, me too.
I just say Super
Mm-hmm.
Nintendo.
Me
That's
too.
literally, that's not.
I don't say SNES.
So
but-
just a fun little side thing for video games, because you guys are Latino like me,
Yeah.
half.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which is your dad's the Hispanic?
Yeah, my
Yeah.
dad is.
But I'm sure your mom.
She speaks
Do they
fluent.
call every system, no matter what, Nintendo?
No,
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 They don't
just-
know any of the names.
they don't. My mom,
no. I think Dad knows the PlayStation,
my mom
but he doesn't know what number it is.
She calls
Yeah, maybe.
everything Nintendo. PlayStation, Nintendo. The Wii, Nintendo. Even though but it's
is,
like
yeah.
Nintendo, the Nintendo, all the time.
That would be
That's
something
funny.
our mom would do.
Everything.
100%.
Turn off that Nintendo.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
like,
That's
It's
that.
no
not
Our
matter
mom
what
would do that.
system.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. That's mad funny.
Maybe it's not just the Latin thing. Well, my mom is immersed in that Latin culture,
Yeah, the culture.
so maybe it rubbed
Ugh.
off on her.
But
PlayStation one's the best.
Sega
though.
Genesis was the one I like first started playing, and
I was Nintendo. I'm
Duh.
much older than all you guys. So Nintendo was my first system.
PS1's way better than Nintendo.
I mean,
I mean, come on. Yeah, it's apples and oranges.
Yeah,
bro.
you can't really
Yeah.
compare the
that,
two.
That system came out in like
84?
84, and now you're talking about
You
a
can go
system
by
that came
your-
out almost
you can-
20 years, 15 years later.
yeah, you
Yeah.
can go by your like opinion, but like if you start getting into like if you really break down each segment of like better graphics and stuff, then maybe you can kind of like think of it that way. But if you go by opinion, it's your own opinion. That's the
It's
only
all
thing.
subjective, right?
Yeah.
Like
It
some,
is.
Yeah.
It is.
some people like Nintendo better than they like Super Nintendo. Other people they like the Super Nintendo game. I mean, there's reasons behind it. You know
some
what I
people
mean?
like Xbox, some people like PlayStation.
Yeah,
PlayStation
exactly.
all the way.
PlayStation.
PlayStation.
I know
baby.
we're all
always.
PlayStation
Yeah.
guys, but
You too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
we're
played
Sony.
I played Xbox for 1 week, brought it back. Never like, and just to like try.
I don't
and
do
see.
Xbox.
Never.
In the early like when the first the big Xbox,
Like
the first
hu-
one,
that was black
my
and
brother
green.
had that one with the
Yeah.
giant controller,
Yeah.
the
that couldn't
green
even fit
circle
my
in the
hand.
middle.
Black and green. Yeah.
But he had that one, so I'd play a few games on that one. But just the controller of the PlayStation is so iconic.
It's-
that
oh
I
yeah,
can't-
they changed it though.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
I haven't.
dude,
I haven't
but the
felt.
DualSense looks really
I
cool.
haven't felt the
Me
PS5
neither.
one
Yeah, me
in my
neither.
hand
Me neither.
yet, so I don't know how it's gonna feel.
People
but
used to get the Xbox.
None of us
for,
got one.
No, I haven't gotten it.
I don't have time for
I'm
games
gonna get
anymore,
it,
man.
I'm
I,
thinking of
I mean,
getting
I
it.
barely have time for my PlayStation 4. Connor
Yeah.
want to play everything.
Yeah, I
yeah,
haven't
exactly.
I usually wait a while before
gonna
I
get
get
it.
the new system. I don't like get it right away. So
Me neither.
Nah, video games, yeah, it's such a huge part of even nerds as we all are. There's so much different thing. Comic books, movies, TVs,
Yeah.
video games, all these different
You
things.
can nerd about
encompass-
so many different things.
You can nerd about
Toys.
music. You know what I mean? Like there's so much things you can nerd out about.
Yeah.
But yeah, video games, huge influence. I know
Yeah.
comic books and the television shows in the 90s.
Yep.
Nick, I'm sure you have stuff.
All right, I got a good question.
I have too much
Hey,
stuff.
I got a good question for you then.
Sure.
Out of those 4 that you just named, what would you pick? You said comic books, video games, movies, or shows. If you had to get rid of all 3 of
I
them,
think
to pick
even I
one.
know this.
For me, I think it would be shows for you.
I would keep.
Yep.
I mean, just the scenario's too broad for me to even
Yeah.
decide.
I mean, but
You're saying I'm trapped on an island and I can only bring one?
That's it.
Then
Just
yeah,
one.
I would go with television shows
Right?
because that would keep me the most occupied.
Yep.
video games you can play for like 4 or 5 hours straight, but then you're gonna stop sooner or later.
Because you get tired of it. You're just like, oh, man.
Well, that's not like I played the Spider-Man Miles Morales, beat it once, and then did it one more time to platinum it, and that I did everything there is to do in the game.
and now you're
then
done,
that's it?
right? Yeah,
Yeah.
now he's done.
I love the
You
game.
can have unlimited games, though. on the island. You could bring
then maybe
any
it's
game. You could bring Sega. You could bring a
I'd still
Wii,
pick TV too.
everything.
Yeah, TV, because then if you put that scenario, I'll have unlimited TV. So
Yeah, I
But
agree.
okay, you can't have it on then. Like you could bring
Now
the
you're
PS4,
changing
but
it
it
up.
can't stream.
Jesus.
Yeah.
but no, it's a lot of these things huge influence to all of us, and even tattoos.
Yeah, Tommy just got a
Tommy's
nice
just
one.
added
I'm
that
looking.
on.
It looks so cool.
Yeah, I just got it. Like
Is that
2
your
hours ago.
favorite Dragon Ball Z character?
For
Trunks?
sure. Trunks, Vegeta.
Vegeta's
on.
my favorite.
He's my number 2.
And I goes Vegeta, Piccolo. for me.
That's Neddy's one.
Piccolo's number
He's
one
in my
for
top
I
me.
5.
love Piccolo.
Yeah, he's number
He's
one.
really, they like kill him off too much, which gets me pissed.
They make him weak. Well, I get
He dies
pissed when
every
they make
saga.
when they make Vegeta weaker than Goku. I get mad.
Yeah,
all the
me
time.
too.
'Cause I'm like,
all the time.
Vegeta's busting his ass training every day, and Goku just shows up and,
And
is
beats
just
his
more
ass
powerful.
every single time.
Well, that's like One Punch Man for me. I hate that friggin'
Right?
character.
I
For
still
me,
haven't
hate-
seen that show. It's
I
on my
have no
list
idea
though.
what
he
that
has the
is.
most growth out of any character, though.
Who?
Vegeta.
Oh yeah, for
Because he starts off like, all right,
He's like Venom. He starts off as a villain and then he slowly becomes like an anti-hero, but he's like good, but he still has a little bit of bad in him.
Now he's good.
He's
Like,
straight up good.
He's
Super-
yeah,
Don't
straight
say
up.
too much because I still haven't watched
Okay.
any of the new ones.
You haven't seen Super?
Dude, I still didn't even watch fully the old one. Like, I haven't gotten, like, if I'm gonna, where can I watch the original Dragon Ball Z?
Funimation.
Yeah,
all of
I'm
it.
pretty sure it's on
Which is
Funimation.
owned now by.
Crunchyroll.
They
Crunchyroll,
bought,
right?
Yeah.
or they bought,
But you-
Funimation
One of them bought it,
bought
yeah, one of the-
Crunchyroll.
yeah,
Every episode's on it. Dragon Ball,
I gotta
Dragon Ball
see.
Z, and Dragon Ball Super.
Well, yeah. all
Dragon
of it.
Ball. Oh my god.
That's what I need to do.
Looking at it, it's like, how did this air
No,
on
it's
TV?
crazy. Oh yeah.
Well,
like,
yeah,
it was
before
mad
they fixed
inappropriate,
it,
too.
yeah.
Oh my god.
So
yeah, there's a lot of
inappropriate.
things that are very cut from here than it is from
But
there.
no, Dragon Ball Z, I don't know. I might have said this already, but Dragon Ball Z, I didn't actually watch it until I was in Puerto Rico in
That's
the late
crazy.
90s. So my first exposure to Dragon Ball Z was all in Spanish.
Oh, that's
wow.
that's good. Though.
So
Must have been different.
I was there for
Very
the summer.
different.
Every summer I'd go to Puerto Rico. So in the summer, they start school in August. So I would wait for my cousin to come home from school, and then 3:00 we watch Dragon Ball Z, which is Dragon Ball Zeta is what they used to say over there.
Yep.
And Super Saiyan was Super Saiyajin. And it
That's
was like,
funny.
yeah, it was like
pretty cool.
So that was my
hilarious.
first exposure to Dragon Ball Z, all in Spanish. And it was during the time where like we were waiting 500 episodes for Goku to finally turn Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I
First
used
time.
I used to record Dragon Ball on the VCR. Okay, so that's
What is that?
Yeah, exactly. You guys might know what that
No,
is.
we
but some
do.
people
That
that
is.
listen won't know
We do.
what the heck that is. But I remember coming home from school, and one of my good friends at school, he was a big Dragon Ball Z, but he played squash with Melissa, my wife. They were on the same team. So after school, they would go play or practice, whatever it is. So I used to go home and I used to record Dragon Ball Z. So I used to watch it by default because I was
Recording it for
looking
your
out for my
friend.
man
Yeah,
over
yeah.
here watching Dragon Ball Z. And I just remember that Frieza saga when he first comes to
Yeah.
Dragon Ball, and it took like 100 episodes for him to become a Super Saiyan.
so long.
I'm like, what are they building up to? Like, what's gonna happen? And then when you kind of get it at the end, that payoff of when his hair finally
Yeah,
turns
he
yellow, and
finally
you're like,
does.
oh snap,
It-
that's
it is
dope.
pretty badass.
That is. You're like,
because he
oh,
goes
snap.
Kaioken early.
Yeah,
Like,
Kaioken was during
he learned it with King
Raditz
Kai.
era.
See,
Yeah, he
I'm
learned
not
it
immersed
fast.
in this. I can't talk.
Well,
I'm not
that's Z, though.
immersed.
That's Dragon Ball Z. It's like
Z,
one of the
yeah.
first episodes in Z. It's
So,
like
like-
one of the first 15 episodes.
Did you guys watch GT?
I did, but it's not that good.
Yeah,
it's
I didn't
not
really
canon.
like it.
It's not
yeah,
canon.
it's not canon
It's
at
not
all.
That, they go to Super Saiyan 4.
Oh, it's not?
No.
So they were saying it was until Super came out, and they were like, all right, that's not canon.
Yeah,
Because they
it's-
from GT to Super was like, what, 13 years without anything for Dragon Ball Z, besides like the movies. They had like the
Yeah.
movies against Beerus, and then they had like the Broly movies and all that other stuff.
which now that all those movies, besides the new Brawley movie,
that one's good.
all the other movies, like the first ever Brawley movies, which I actually have on DVD, but
it's good.
they're all not canon.
None of them.
Yeah, none of them.
None
are.
of them.
And he still hasn't been in an episode.
Which
he's
exci-
a movie exclusive character.
That's so weird.
He's never, and he's
And
like
aren't
one
they
of the
coming
most
out with a new
popular.
one? Aren't they coming out with
Super
a
2 should be coming out soon.
So now that new Super movie with Brawley is canon.
Yeah, it is.
So that's part of the
It
whole
is.
thing. But it excites me though, because now all these other characters we did see back in the day in these movies, like Cooler,
Yep.
could possibly show up in Super and finally.
Frieza,
Frieza's
Cooler,
bro-
like the
King
names
Cold.
they give.
Oh yeah, King Cole, and then the other one from the other dimension was
Hit.
No, the Frieza looking dude. He had another cold name.
Frost.
Yeah. All of them like have.
And he's literally Frieza's twin.
Yeah,
just like
literally.
a little different. He's blue and Frieza's purple.
Oh, he's a new. He's the
in
new one.
Super.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
He's from Universe 6.
See, like I won't even. I need to start watching
You
this.
do.
Because I
Because-
haven't watched it.
Because Hit
I
is
hate
like the
watching-
coolest
He's a
character.
mom.
He is
literally-
badass.
He's
Oh my
Purple
God.
Piccolo. Even Nettie knows him too because
Yeah, I
He's
saw him in
pretty
a couple
badass.
episodes.
Hit's a monster.
Didn't he kill Goku in one of the?
He
did.
Doesn't Goku die
Yeah.
like 10 times through the series?
Everyone dies. Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Well, it's
so-
like comic books. Everyone dies,
Yeah.
and they
and
come
they just
back.
keep bringing him back.
Nice.
Hit's a monster. He's a time skipper.
Yeah.
So he'll like travel ahead in time and then like.
Let's not
he just-
spoil it for Nick.
Yeah, he's a
It
time
doesn't-
skipper. He's a time skipper.
at this point.
He's a beast.
So 90s is when I got exposed to anime. Did you guys
Same.
get exposed to anime around that time?
I did.
Me
not
early.
him.
Yeah, huh?
What did you? Oh,
Street
other
Fighter
Street
movies.
Fighter. Yeah. Street Fighter movies.
Japanese
animes.
animation. Yeah.
My
Yep.
first Japanese anime that I remember watching in the 90s, again with my cousins that from East Boston, they were all into that, comic books, anime, was two movies that stuck out like a sore thumb to me. One was Ninja Scroll.
Oh,
That is
That's
probably in my top,
I think my brother still has that on VHS.
with Jubei and all that. Yeah, that's in my top 5 favorite, like, and not even just anime, just like animated movies. And then the other one was Akira.
Oh yeah. Well,
That's OG,
That's a
though.
big. That's a big one for everyone.
they've
That's-
been working on a live action for that for a long time.
That'd be
have
dope.
been.
Yeah.
They have been.
That'd be dope.
And then Ghost in the Shell.
Ghost in the Shell is a good one, yeah.
Ghost in the Shell was another big one that came out in the early 90s / mid 90s that I remember
and
watching.
then they released a movie just recently too on that one, didn't they?
Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah, that was with
Scarlett Johansson.
yeah, which with the uproar because she's a white
Right,
person
and not
playing
Asian,
an Asian
nah, I
character.
know.
Even though it was an android, right?
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
it is what it is. And then my first anime like series was Ronin Warriors.
which I don't remember that one.
Oh my
Samurai
God, Tommy has a
Troopers.
tattoo of it right on his one of the.
Oh, that's what that one is?
Ryo
Yes.
of Wildfire. Yeah,
And I got
that was.
Raph.
That one's dope. I
Yeah,
like
he's
that
got
one.
my
Yeah,
brother
man,
showing
too.
off his tattoos.
It's still
So-
failing, but you can tell it's still kind of.
I know you went to like a tattoo fever
My-
the past
my-
2
I
weeks.
I know.
Now I'm
I
chilling
know.
until no
My-
more for a while.
No,
Yeah.
bro.
My first anime ever seeing was Sailor Moon.
Yeah, that was
nice.
one of mine
Back in
too.
the day, That was
Yeah.
like the first anime I remember seeing. Like, oh, these.
I
That's
used
the
to-
chick with the blonde hair, right? And she
You-
wears like the suit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
long
little
blonde hair.
outfit,
So
and
I
they
didn't
had
even
all the
think
ones.
of it as an anime. That's how young I was when I first seen Sailor
Yeah,
Moon.
Me too.
I thought
was
of it
like, I
as a
didn't know what
cartoon.
anime was. It was
Yeah,
just a
I thought of it
cartoon.
as a cartoon, not really considering it anime.
I used to think they were like the girlfriends of the Ronin Warriors.
Yeah, because the colors
they
are
were
so
like
colors.
the color schemes,
Yeah.
and then it was like 5 girls, and then there was 5 guys.
Yeah,
So I'm thinking
yeah.
like, oh, maybe this is kind of
Well-
linked or something, but obviously it wasn't.
Well,
Yeah, yeah.
Japanese like shows like they take off a lot of each other.
Yeah.
They do.
Just
A
like
lot of
Super
all of them are
just like my
influenced.
Super
All of them.
Sentai Power Rangers. Look at how much is considered from that.
That's true.
Because that's what got me into Japanese culture
One
in
of
general.
one of my favorite animes is Rurouni Kenshin,
don't
which
know
has
what that is.
influenced a lot of different animes, and even in Dragon Ball Super. What's the dude's name that looks like Dr. Robotnik? Topo.
Yep.
When he gets first introduced, he says he has one intention, is Aksok-san, which is destroy evil immediately.
Yeah,
Which they took that from
He's-
Rurouni
he's
Kenshin.
ju-
It's a character that's like that's
you know
like
who
his
it is.
saying.
yeah. He fights Vegeta.
I have to see.
And
who
the tournament of power.
Yeah.
He's
Yes.
fat. He
He's
has
fat.
the
Yes.
He's
and
the god of
boy-
destruction and training
Yes.
for
He's boys with
that
Jiren.
universe.
Yes,
He's
I know
Jiren's,
exactly. He's part of that crew.
Exactly.
I remember
with
who he is.
With Dispo, the bunny.
Yep.
With
He's-
the buck teeth.
He's pretty badass.
Yep.
I do remember that.
I love me some anime.
Me too.
Love me some anime.
You guys need to watch other animes though. So you guys need to because
I've
I'm
watched
more
other-
immersed in the animes.
Yeah,
I
Nick
watched-
watches a lot.
I watch a lot of anime.
He does.
Haikyuu, I've seen. Obviously, I've seen Haikyuu a lot.
Yeah, that's
volleyball anime.
that's
I'm gonna be all
volleyball
over.
anime.
Of course.
But there's one I seen, which it's called Domestic Girlfriend.
Jesus Christ, you watch
That sounds funny.
No superpowers.
No super. It's like
nothing.
it's legit.
It's more.
legit
They don't.
people.
All right.
It's like soap opera-y.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very soap opera.
Yeah, they
It's
have
only 12
animes.
episodes, but I thought it was fantastic.
I've never even heard of it.
I literally
Yeah,
think
it's-
I'm watching a novella. Like that's how.
It's
I
a
was like,
novella
oh.
and cartoon.
It's like, yeah, it's
That's hilarious, bro.
that's
Dude.
literally what it's like.
If like you like Naruto's too low. Well, it's not. It's like Dragon Ball. It's
I
like
did
500.
watch Naruto when it first started.
Yeah. when they're
But
younger.
then, like, I kind of fell off a little bit.
oh,
And
it gets so good.
One Piece is like 750 episodes.
Well, remember when
crazy.
you said you wanted to start it, and I said I stopped. I didn't
It's
even
beyond
watch it all.
ridiculous.
Which one?
There's over
One Piece.
1,000. Like there's over
Yeah, it's
1,000
like a
episodes.
pirate.
That's
Yeah,
Anthony
I can't.
Gonzalez's favorite.
I don't have the patience.
Dude,
But
that I can't do.
I do watch the My Hero.
My
Academia.
Hero is the new
That's
one.
a good
That's
one.
good. My Hero Academia.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one.
My
But
friend likes that, and then Demon Slayer.
That's a good one.
Demon Slayer, I heard.
I
of.
watched like 8 or 9 episodes of that.
Yeah, that's pretty good
My
too.
girlfriend watches Hunter x Hunter.
That's
Hunter,
a-
yeah,
that's
Hunter.
another
Hunter,
huge
Hunter.
one.
That's
I
a
don't watch
hu-
it, but it's huge.
It's all done.
Yeah.
But see,
It's
those
huge.
ones are done. So if like you watched 4 or 5 episodes and then watch it like a couple weeks later, you can do that because that series is done.
So is Dragon Ball Super. So you guys.
Yeah,
no
I'm
excuses.
gonna. I can watch it now. Like I can. But what
You gotta
for
watch
me,
Ball, then Z, then Super.
Okay,
That's
so
a lot of episodes.
I
It'll
bet
be
you
like
I can.
600.
I bet you I can
I-
finish it in like a month.
You could
Jesus.
if you're nonstop.
Non-stop. That's
if
what
you
I would
watch
do.
4 episodes,
Dude,
a day,
I watched Naruto from when they were kids to now, which Naruto has a kid already. It took me.
He could do it.
So I started that. Boruto is the name of that show. That's after. From the younger Naruto and Naruto, him being a teenager, like older, took me a little less than a month or about a month.
That's why.
And that's over.
can't.
And that's over
you can watch
700
Dragon
episodes.
Ball quick because Dragon Ball is only 150 episodes.
Oh, dude, I can.
Dragon Ball Z is 260 episodes.
Dude, I
I
can
don't have
watch-
enough time.
And then
That's a lot of episodes.
And then, dude,
not
I can
enough
watch
time.
it.
Y'all are
Super's only,
saying it like it's
Super's
not a
only
lot.
130,
Yeah.
but
He's
they're
saying
only like
that-
18 minutes long.
Yeah, you got to think about it. You
Still.
take a,
You just skip. I always just skip.
intro, dude. The
Always skip the
episode
intro.
itself is 15 minutes.
Literally.
15 to 17 minutes
Yeah.
an episode.
You're not lying. It's a
Dude.
3-minute intro and a 4-minute song at the end of every show.
I tell people if they want to get into like the Dragon Ball kind of thing, you can skip Dragon Ball.
You could skip it.
You don't need to watch the first Dragon Ball.
See, but I don't like that because then I feel like I'm out of the like
All
loop
you
for
need-
certain things.
All you need, you just go on YouTube, find someone who did a synopsis of what Dragon Ball's
Yeah.
about, and it'll
And
catch
it'll-
you up real
in
quick.
10
You don't,
minutes.
yeah, you don't need to watch.
But it's
the
good.
whole-
I don't know. I think I like to do it the right way and fucking watch
Yeah,
it.
that's on you if you want.
Dude,
to do
I
I
that.
mean, I watched it all, but I mean, I would never watch Dragon Ball again. I like it, but it's not enough for me to rewatch it. Z and Super, I will rewatch
Yeah,
that
Z and Super.
numerous
That's
times.
like me for Naruto. I
Yeah.
will
But
rewatch Naruto.
Dragon Ball, I won't rewatch
well,
it. for
Shuriken,
sure.
I would rewatch. That's 500 episodes.
That's
That's
a lot.
just him being a teenager.
That's
So
insane.
many
That's
episodes.
him being a
I
teenager.
don't think there's any show that I've ever watched that even gone
But,
past
like,
like
No,
300.
Ronin
Like, for-
Warriors is like 40 total.
That's total.
See, like for me though, like what
It's
you
crazy.
were, like what you were saying before, if it was like if you were on an island and you can watch either TV
Shows.
shows, games, for me it would be shows or movies because
Yeah.
that's one of my favorite things to
I
do.
agree.
That's
500 episodes. Jesus.
That's crazy.
I know
And
these,
that's
these
just
My
guys.
favorite anime Ronin Kenshin is like 60 maybe.
Yeah.
60 something.
Ours is
Like, I
Ronin
can't-
Warriors. It's 40 total.
Yeah, it's I can't.
40.
with
That's
like
it.
2 OVAs or 3.
That's-
two or 3.
that's why Ned used to make fun of me. Like you have a crunchy roll. Like
Yeah.
what the fuck
Yep.
is that? I was
Samurai
like, yeah.
Pizza Cats.
Yeah,
That's another
Samurai
thing I used to
Pizza
wa-
Cats.
Yeah, I used to
Yeah.
watch that as a kid
man.
too.
Dude, like that's like for me shows are like my top thing that I can watch. Like I can literally sit and fucking watch it.
Yep.
I can, but I can't cram it all that.
Not
like,
now.
I binge
No,
watching
like
kills
right,
me.
Me
right
too.
now I
I can
probably
only do
couldn't
1 or 2 a
binge.
day.
Right now I couldn't binge. No, not with Connor.
Yeah.
And not right now. But if I can if I got a week of like just doing whatever the hell I want, I can easily finish Dragon Ball.
I don't like binge watching because I feel like I don't really like attain like
I get
You
fatigue.
don't attain it?
I get
like
the fatigue of watching.
because then
it.
after
Yeah.
watching
Yeah.
10 episodes, I'll go on my phone for a while, look real
Yeah, you
quick.
can't. Yeah,
If
no.
I see an interesting scene when it's done, all right, go back on my.
Yeah.
I'll watch like 2 episodes and then just stop because I really paid attention, and then
Yeah.
I know I'm gonna do other stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Because if it's all at once and I watch it all
Yeah,
at once,
that's
I'll
true.
remember
Yeah.
like no one's name, and I'll just be like, oh yeah, that character. Like I don't even remember their name because you don't really pay attention to that when you binge watch.
It's true.
So animes, you guys have heard of My Hero,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right?
Oh yeah.
I never
for sure.
watched it, but I know of it.
So the manga, there's My Hero, and then there's another manga that's like a prequel of the teachers when they were students, like Eraserhead when he was a student, things like that. And this drawing that's behind Nick right here, this guy that looks like Prince,
Oh, that's dope.
he's actually a character from that.
Oh, no way.
manga.
Was he
With that
supposed
suit?
to be
The
Prince?
same thing, and his name is His Purple Highness.
Oh, so he was definitely
No
based
way.
off of him.
Definitely based on Prince, and he's
100%.
actually the guy who trained Eraserhead.
Oh,
That's
that's
crazy.
cool. I
So
didn't know
my-
that.
my
Is it
girlfriend-
the blonde dude
My girlfriend drew that
with the big
for
grin?
me.
Yes.
Who's Eraserhead? With
Ye-
the big
no, Eraserhead's
the
the one with
Black
covers
hair.
his
He's
eyes.
always tired.
Oh, I only think of
sleeping
like the
bag,
guy that wears like the it looks like an American suit and he has the yellow
that's
hair.
That's
yeah.
the guy that like has the microphone, right?
No, he's talking about All Might.
All Might.
All Might.
Oh, with the yellow hair.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
Always
that's All
smiling.
Might. Yeah, that's All Might.
always has that shit-eating grin.
Yeah. Him and Eraserhead do not get along. No.
That's
Eraserhead's like the Batman and All Might's like the Superman.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ugh.
A little different though.
I'll go
'cause
for the Batman one then.
Yeah.
Eraserhead is pretty cool.
Batman's the best DC character.
But no, yeah, that. So I've always wanted to find
That's
that. mango.
Eraserhead.
Let me see.
I've never seen him before in my life.
I've seen him. He looks like Jeff the Killer. You know who that is?
Oh,
Let me show you real quick.
but yeah, my girlfriend drew that for me.
She drew that?
Yeah,
That's fire.
Dude, what the heck? That's pretty good.
I mean,
thought
you don't see
bought
the
that.
icon of me and Gabe. She did that
She
too.
drew that too.
Oh, no way.
That's who he looked like.
Oh my god, a little bit.
Yeah, he looks like Jeff the Killer. Look.
That's dope that she drew that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's creepy.
Yeah, no,
Big
she drew
time.
that. She drew our little cartoon thingies, and she drew one of Marlon and Scott too.
Oh, I didn't see that yet.
I didn't show you.
She
those
does
ones?
portraits
I
and all
don't
that.
think so.
Yeah, she does little animation things
pretty
and
dope,
stuff
man.
on the
I have
iPad.
no skills when it comes to.
Oh no.
Yeah, I don't either.
I don't know.
I think that's why I admire comic book artists because it's a skill set that I don't
Oh,
have.
yeah.
And I never would.
And no matter
matter
how
what.
hard I tried
Yeah,
as a kid
me
to
either.
draw, I sucked.
Bro,
I was awful.
I even took an art class in high school for 2 years. You remember Miss Haverty at Ringe?
No.
I know her, but I
know her
didn't take it.
husband.
Yeah.
Okay, he was a math
Ned's
teacher.
showing
right?
his age again by having someone
Yeah,
else
so
on the
yeah, I
teacher
remember
before.
I
her
literally
husband.
took art class for 2 years in a row, and like, I couldn't get it, man. She literally gave me a B- because she's like, you try so hard. She's like, you try so hard, you're just
Pity.
not good.
Pity.
Yeah.
Participation trophy.
Yeah,
Jesus.
but she was like, I'm gonna give you a B- because you just try so hard. But I was so, but you know who was
that's
a
awesome.
monster? Marco.
Oh yeah, I know Marco.
Yeah, you know my friend Marco.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Salvadorian
we
one.
hang out with them. Yeah,
Yeah,
I've hung out with-
he was a beast. He could draw like
That's funny.
So who?
back sketches, all that.
And I probably more modern artists now for you guys. Who's like your favorite like comic artist right now working?
Ooh.
That's a good one.
Not of all time, just working right now. Like they're still doing stuff.
right now?
Edwin Huang, Iron
Yeah.
Pinky.
Yeah.
Damn,
Iron Pinky.
he is nasty.
He's
I
my
follow
favorite
him
Pinky,
and he's
bro.
nasty.
What covers did he do?
He does anime,
All
Street
Street Fighter,
Fighter.
anime.
Dude,
Oh, the
he,
Street
he
Fighter
does
covers?
some nasty
Bro,
covers. I've
he's-
seen some covers. He does.
We're actually
the
gonna-
Ken and Venom.
Oh, he did that one.
That's his commission artwork. I got it tatted on me. He's the
We're
one.
actually-
Oh, I've seen his Instagram then because when
he's
you
the one who
posted
did
that,
this.
when you posted that, you tagged him in it, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and I looked through it. I was like, "Yo, this dude got
He's a-
some dope
He
stuff."
does all of his like commissions with like Copic markers. I think that's how you say it. COPIC. So that's what he does. All his like
Copic?
commit. Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
They're really expensive.
No, I
Like a
remember
packet-
browsing through his Instagram. I was like, "Yo,
He's
there's
a
a
monster,
lot
bro.
of dope stuff."
He's
here.
an absolute monster.
Yeah, dude, he has like some sick like.
I mean, how many followers does he have? Like 200,000?
I'm not on his
No,
Insta.
like
I just
100,
searched
like
it.
100? Okay,
Yeah,
he has
yeah,
100,000
no,
followers.
I've seen his work.
He lives
it's
in
pretty dope.
Sacramento. Because
So that both of y'all's favorite
he's-
right now.
he's my favorite, probably
Yeah, he's
him
my
and Mark Bagley.
Nice.
I would put him in there.
Bagley is older though.
But he's still doing it.
He's still doing
said
it.
He's still
current
doing
He said
it.
artist.
active,
But like,
so I'm giving
no,
active.
wait, do you mean? Oh, okay, so you
Still
meant
working,
He's
still
still working.
Yeah,
Yeah.
him and Bagley.
I mean, a lot of artists
Who's
are
your-
still working.
Who's your
Artist?
guy?
Maybe Mont. Gone Mont. He does a lot of Power Ranger issues. His
Okay.
issues are so fire.
I've seen those covers. Yeah,
Those covers are so.
dope.
The ones of like the morphin sequence.
I do like the
Who's
the
the
Power
other guy?
Rangers ones.
Who's the other guy that's really big? Oh God, the one that does the Power Rangers, the young
Well,
guy.
this guy does.
Kyle, is it Kyle Higgins? What's his name?
That's the guy who created this, like the storyline stuff.
Oh,
the
I
first
thought he was
Kyle
the
Higgins,
artist.
he's the one of the writers.
Oh, I thought he was the
Yeah,
artist.
he does do art, but I think he's mainly from that,
The
from him
storyline.
creating it. He created basically the first 55 issue, well, like 30 something issues,
Yeah.
like the big piece of it.
Yeah, because that name was
That's the
familiar to me.
big. That's the big. one for
Speaking of Edwin Huang, Tommy and I are gonna have him on our YouTube channel
Oh, yeah.
at some point. And
Nice.
interview him.
Yep.
mine. Wait, what?
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah, we're gonna have Edwin Huang.
He
on
accepted.
Our, yeah.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Dude, did you even announce this on yours?
No.
No,
That's
we
awesome,
haven't
though.
done it yet.
Wait,
We're
all
right,
just
so you
tell-
can't post
we're
this
telling
No,
on
you
you
can
first.
post it. It's fine. I mean, we haven't set up a time or a date, but we sent out an initial email because we keep in touch with him.
Yeah.
Because I've bought an original artwork from him. I have a sweet Street Fighter page that he did from I believe it was Street Fighter versus Darkstalkers.
It was.
It was from like issue 5 or 6, whatever. But
He
it's
did it.
it's the end of the miniseries. And Ryu, Hot Ryu with the beard, he's sitting in a cave and he's meditating, and Ken's walking
I seen.
in.
Yeah, I
It's
know
in my
which one.
bedroom.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep, I remember.
It's literally, and I that's like one of my favorite pieces to look at every single day because it always just, like you see Ryu, you see strength, and then you see him so calm.
I love how they call him Hot Ryu. I'm like, why do they do that?
I don't know why.
They should just call him Beard Ryu.
I
Why
like
hot?
bearded
It's-
Ryu.
I don't
Bearded Ryu.
Yeah,
That's
bearded
hot
Ryu.
Ryu. Like he's
just,
hot.
It's just he has a beard. There's no other difference.
Hot Daddy Ryu.
Yeah, but like he's like jacked, like meditating, but he's like jacked, like barely any shirt. I'm like, dude,
Nothing. He's literally no shirt, just
It's like
meditating.
Hot Ryu. I'm like, wow, that doesn't sound.
And he drew that.
Yeah.
And I sent him an email and I was like, listen, whatever original artwork I can buy from you, like, let me get it. And he's like, oh, dude, all my artwork is in, I think he was in Minnesota at the time. And he's like, all my artwork's in Sacramento. Like, I have to, when I fly out there and do inventory count, like, I'll get you some pages.
Nice.
And I bought those from him. And then
So you
I
guys
met him at
kept in
Comic-Con.
contact.
Yeah, and I
so-
met him at Comic-Con.
I remember that, yeah.
I took pictures with him. If you go on our Twitter account, it's a picture of me doing a Hadouken
with
him and Jeffrey Cruz, who's another
rem-
probably in my
I've
top,
seen that
another
picture.
one of my
His
top.
name's the Chamba.
The Chamba, that guy drew
Street
an
Fighter too.
Akuma commission for me that is insane. That he actually uses that when he's like, "Hey, my commission list is open." He uses that commission picture that he did of Akuma, and he puts that out
Puts
there.
that out.
Nice.
That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
And I was
He
like,
does.
"Dude, I own that. Like, I have that
yeah,
original
I have
artwork.
that.
That's mine."
Doesn't that feel cool?
It does.
It's so cool.
I think that's the big thing about comic book collecting too. It's not just necessarily buying the comic books. It's also like the commission and the original artwork that you get because it's
That you
personalized.
own.
It's
Yeah, it's
yours.
yours,
There's
yeah.
literally one copy of that in the world and you own it.
Yeah.
And
well,
to
that's
me,
why.
that's important.
Well, that's
dope.
one of the reasons why I did the Ryan segment sketch with you. I was like,
Thank you.
that no cover is like that's gonna be mine. Like no one's gonna have that CGC book. Like no one's gonna.
It's unique
Like,
to you,
yeah.
and like the way you put, I don't want to, we'll have an unboxing, and
Yeah.
I'll have your book in
Yeah.
on one
I
of
don't
our
care if they know
channels.
mine. I'm
Yeah.
getting a Ryan
No,
segment.
no. We said
Yeah,
it. We recorded a couple videos last night.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
we
I seen.
mentioned it.
Well,
We-
not the new ones, but the one from
Yep.
before.
Yeah, no, we were recording a couple of videos last night just so we can post it in the next couple of weeks. But we had talked about the Stegman sketch
Yeah.
and original artwork, and it's just so cool to have these pieces of art that's yours, and no one else owns it but you. And yeah, it's cool to collect all these, first appearances and all that stuff. But when you own something that's just yours,
Yeah, exactly.
that to me that's what keeps me. It entices me
Yeah,
to keep
exactly.
doing and keep going with comic books.
It's addicting.
That's pretty awesome.
It
It
is.
is addicting.
So
It
you
is.
guys are gonna interview him. Is it video or in person?
We're gonna do it on
video.
like a video.
Video.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We got to
nice.
work out the kinks, and we've been so
Zoom
busy at
or-
work
Yeah.
that it's so hard for us to like schedule.
Everyone's
times.
working out and needing recovery.
Yeah, it's so.
It's been
I
crazy.
mean, we work for Hyper Ice, and we just signed deals. Did you see with the Kansas City
Kansas-
Chiefs?
yeah.
And Seattle
I was like,
Seahawks.
And
dude,
Seattle Seahawks. Now we're
It's
their
been
official
crazy.
recovery product. It's been straight grind for my brother and I. So it's been really, really difficult for us to record videos. We had, if you watch our unboxing videos, you will even see that we're like, hey, we've been holding on to these books for
Yeah,
like
yeah,
a month, 2 months.
Oh, no,
They're
it's crazy.
literally, I have boxes of books sitting in my bedroom and / kitchen that I got from the summer that I didn't even open it because we want to make a YouTube video, but we just haven't had the time, like his schedule
Yeah.
with my schedule,
Yeah.
to sit down and do it. But hopefully, now that the holiday season's died down, we can find some time and do some more content for the YouTube channel.
I
But
hope so.
We're trying to be relevant. We still have like a new video one per
Yeah,
week or
you're
something like
fine.
that.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm a little biased, but my favorite videos from you guys are the ones with Sage in it. Those are
Yeah, he kills it.
those
Yeah.
are my favorite ones.
I know, you
Me and my
comment.
girlfriend watch those, and we love it. Literally every time Sage pops up, she's like, "Oh my god, he's so cute!" It's like the funniest thing.
Told
I
you
love
guys,
those
you just
ones.
got to keep adding him into all the videos.
so
He was in our last video.
Yeah, he was.
in our
So-
last video. And then I made sure that he had the outro. And I think it was you that were like, oh, Sage with the outro, so
I
cute.
Love it.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
He does outros better than me.
Intro's
God.
better than most of us. He's
Yeah.
pretty-
I know, right?
But his intro is, he can't do intros.
No, he can't do intros. Yeah,
He's
I've
so
noticed that.
scared to do intros. I'm like, don't, it's just you and I. Don't even.
Yeah.
You're not saying it in front of anybody else. Don't worry about it.
You should
just
see
go.
all the bloopers Gabe had from me doing it 2 weeks
Straight
ago.
like 30 minutes of
I was
him
like,
trying
dude,
to just talk.
I was like getting heated. I started
ridiculous.
swearing. I was getting,
My wife says that I have some videos, like blooper videos on my iPhone, and she's like, you should post the video up on your YouTube channel of like funny bloopers.
That's
that
what
you
we-
got.
that's
we
what
did
Gabe
that
is.
a few
We did
years
that.
ago.
I
We
remember
did a
that.
bloopers video.
Yeah, I remember that.
I'm
Was good.
Nick doesn't know this, but I'm working on another one.
You have a whole blooper.
Yeah, I have a
section.
bloopers
I know.
one.
I've watched it.
And
Yep.
I'm working
A
on
lot of
another
them's
one.
Marlon.
Because I got Nick now and I got Marlon. And then next time Scott comes, I'm going to have him do some intro stuff. And I should have got Jason the other day.
oh,
doing
dude,
it. He would have been hilarious.
Was
But
he fumbling?
next time I get him in, I'm going to do it with him and stuff. But yeah, eventually.
Epic
So, your
man.
favorite artists, since we're talking, let's go real quick. Your favorite comic book covers.
This doesn't have to be. You can
3,
only pick
4,
a couple.
5.
Two.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's fine. I'll
It
give
doesn't
a-
have to be
I'll
all.
give
I'll give
a
you a
few.
couple.
I'll
I'll
give
give
you
you
a
a
few
few.
off the top of my mind.
Yeah, I can give you. I can
Nick,
give
Gabe,
you
are you gonna be
first.
able to
Real quick,
remember?
I'm just
Go
going to
first.
give you guys mine.
All right, let's go with you guys. 'Cause
You don't
it's your
have to-
Channel.
yeah.
And I still need to think.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
We don't have
real
to do
quick,
all of them either.
Everyone knows this
We already
one.
know that one.
Amazing
One-
Spider-Man 122.
Yep.
You
Love
just
it.
got it graded, right?
Just got it graded.
Yeah.
What'd you get?
5.0.
It was a 5.0.
5.0.
Okay. I still
Just
gotta watch
behind
the
you,
video.
Ned.
Just what's on this
on the
cover,
shelf.
just like
Behind, like right
Yeah, it's
there.
here.
Oh, sorry.
But just Spider-Man just saying like, yo, I'm gonna kill you. Like, this is the day you're gonna die. Like, to see Spider-Man that angry.
He's not like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
And then of
completely
course
against
just
killing.
holding Gwen Stacy's dead body in his hand.
Yep.
And then of course I said this before, I just love all the colors on this and things like that. It just looks so vibrant to me.
It's really nice.
As soon as I see it, it just draws my attention.
No, it's really
And for
nice.
years I've loved this cover.
It's a great one. That's
Now,
for sure.
another
Jesus
cover,
Christ, go easy on the keyboard.
Batgirl number 40 variant. You guys know this
Let me
one?
see it.
No.
Yes.
Oh, that's
Yeah, the
cool. Yeah,
homage
I
to
knew it.
I've
The,
seen it.
I was like,
the
it has to be
homage
the-
to Purple Rain, of course, you got
Yeah.
Batman in the back and then
Being
her
a
in the
creeper.
front with the motorcycle.
I have seen that.
I saw this.
Numerous people have done this cover.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but this one, I was like, man, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Just
That is.
Batgirl with her suit. It's purple. It's like perfect fit
Yeah.
to me with the motorcycle and everything. I've been looking for this book. And Little Giants Comics, which I think they're based in New Hampshire. The guy who owns that, it's his wife is actually a volleyball coach who I've played against. And that's
That's
how
dope.
we connected. And they have a copy of this for me.
No way.
So I'm waiting next time I see him in New Hampshire, whenever that is.
Yeah.
you know,
Sick.
with everything going on.
Yeah.
Can't travel
To
anywhere.
grab
right now.
that. This one is
Jesus
Spider-Man
Christ.
number 1.
Just show me, and I don't
see it.
even let me see the covers because I'm pretty good with covers. Let me see.
Oh,
yeah,
of course.
Yeah,
That's Nas.
yeah, but do you
Yeah.
know who did the? Hold on. Do you know who did the artwork for it? I know. Without even look. No, those are just the story writers up top. I don't even need to look.
Is it Kale New?
No, it's 80 Granov.
I knew it was one of them. Okay.
I love this cover.
80 Granov's a monster.
And like Nas,
This blew up.
Like I love Nas, yeah, but I'm not like, oh, Nas is like the, you know.
that cover's fire.
Illmatic
bro.
is a great album, one of the
Yep.
greatest hip hop. But this cover, I saw it and I was like, that is one of the coolest.
You have all
things.
the hip hop variants, don't you?
No, I don't. But this one I
That
was
one's
gonna buy,
beyond
but it
fire.
blew up. It
That
blew
one
up
is
last year.
fire,
Oh my
bro.
god!
Of course, anything
So
Miles blew up
good.
this year, this past year.
No, but
I
that,
love him.
I'm telling you,
That
like
cover
this,
for some reason?
This cover, one. Okay, so remember when Miles spiked in the beginning of COVID?
Yeah.
Okay, like March, April. If you were to buy that book, this time last year, you could find that in like a dollar bin.
Yeah.
I'm not even
Oh, yeah.
kidding you. And now
believe
that
it, yeah.
now that book raw for near mint, you're talking about $100 to $200
Easily.
I used to see it at
Easily.
Newberry Comics, just in the bin,
Yeah.
just whatever.
Pissed. I
Yeah,
don't
because
even have
it was.
one.
You know why? Because they have like 80 to 90 different hip hop
Yeah.
variant covers.
Yeah.
and this one was good, but like they never blew up. And now once this cover blew up, all
of them.
the hip
The
hop ones
Spider-Gwen,
started to
all
blow
of
up.
them.
But the one that I like, Spider-Man one is dope. But the
Fire.
other one,
I have
hip hop variant, I really like is the Eric B and Rakim is Spider-Man and Deadpool.
That one's fresh.
Yeah,
too.
with the green
really-
background.
That
Yeah,
one's
the
fire,
paid in
dude.
full cover.
Yes,
It's
I know
so
all of
dope.
them. I love those hip hop variants.
So of course, this one is one of my favorite covers.
Oh, so you have the shirt.
I have 2 shirts
Yeah.
of this.
I have the
And
shirt.
you have a shirt
I
too
do.
of her shirt.
He's worn it to play
I
poker.
think-
I remember.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think Scott has this shirt too. But this cover, Todd McFarlane, oh my, it's
Spider-Man
just
1.
The webbing, and of course the original of this is with the color. But I like the
Yeah.
silver version of this.
It looks better. Pops out more.
Yeah,
The spiders.
the Spider-Man
Red pops
pops
out
out.
Yeah.
And I love the detail and the webbing. It's just every time I see this, I'm like, it's such a. I have like 5 copies of that book
Yeah, it's
too.
nice.
It's so
They,
dope.
do you have like there's like a few variants for it.
Yeah,
like
there's a few. There's the gold one, which is probably the rarest one, and then of course there's the symbiote spider one, and then there's a few like homages to it and stuff that people have done over the years.
There's like hundreds of homages towards it.
True.
There's a lot of them.
And then this is another one that.
Wait, you like this?
I love this cover.
It's funny.
I like the cover.
Love this cover.
I like the cover, but geez, I didn't think it was going to be on one of
I don't
my
like
favorites.
Superman.
I
don't like
hate him.
Superman. But when it's a
He
dope
likes to
cover,
see Superman crying. That's why.
like just him holding in this story with Supergirl and Flash are the one. Barry Allen's Flash are the
Barry
ones who
Allen's,
die
yeah.
in this crisis, and just him with the pain he's feeling, and Supergirl all beat up. And it's just such an iconic cover. And this was mostly nostalgia for me, but also colors is a big thing for me. So just seeing the colors here with his popping out with the more neutral color background.
You finished
Oh,
Crisis.
it is nice.
You
Yeah.
finished Crisis the show, right?
Yeah.
You got through all Crisis
Yeah, all of
DC
it.
show because
Yeah.
you guys don't watch it though.
I don't watch
know, you
anything
don't watch
DC.
it.
You know
But
what
you
I
see how
like, though?
different it was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved Arrow.
Oh,
Like,
dude,
season-
it's done now.
Season 1 with Deathstroke, bro. That was, and then what was 2? Ra's al Ghul.
Arrow's
Yeah,
what
something.
started
Right?
that.
Yeah.
The,
Bro,
Arrow's what started
Arrow
that.
was fire, dude.
But I
And
like
so was Flash the first 2
so
seasons.
Crisis. Growing up, like I love the Flash. Like as far as DC goes,
Yep.
Flash was like my dude.
Which Flash though?
So this is what I'm gonna talk about. So growing up, Wally West was the Flash to me.
Yeah.
I didn't know about Crisis and what, because obviously that book was 80s. I didn't know what happened.
Yep.
And then of course reading, I'm like, oh, Barry Allen, disappeared, and he didn't actually come back in the comic books till a few years ago in was it the Rebirth?
Like the new
The DC
was it-
Rebirth.
I don't know
For
anything
Barry
about
Allen.
DC.
Yeah.
DC
Rebirth.
New
Rebirth
Adventures.
is
Yeah.
when eventually, after the New 52 thing was over,
Yeah.
that's when they brought Barry Allen back finally,
Mm-hmm.
and like all this stuff. And I was like, damn, he's really been gone from the comic books that long, but yet in TV shows and things,
He's been in
it's
the
still
shows.
Exactly. Allen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
He's the main one in the
Crisis,
shows.
I always thought that was a
That's
dope
an
cover.
interesting pick. To
Crisis?
me, yeah. I mean,
Because we don't talk
surprised
about DC.
people with
yeah.
yeah,
my
I was
picks.
not.
We don't-
That's like left field for me.
We don't talk about DC that much either because we're more Marvel people. But like, Batman was probably one of the most influential people for me growing up because of the movies. Because my parents showed me the '89 movies. That's just because think about it. You know how my mom they didn't make us, but they watched that stuff, and that's what me and Melissa watched. They never stopped us from watching those older movies. That's why when we gave to the top 80 movies, we sat here for almost an hour and a half trying to figure out which 10 to pick
Yeah.
because it was so hard.
Back
So-
to the Future.
Yes.
Such a good one.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's a great one.
So
you like number 2 better, you said, right?
Yeah, I do
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
number 2 better. But some other ones I had honorable mention. This one I actually have first appearance of Silk.
I have that
That's
signed.
by
love-
Humberto Ramos,
I love
right?
this
Yeah.
cover with Peter looking like his younger, like the original with the glasses and the way he looks when he 1st gets bit. And then, of course, you got Cindy Moon over there.
I have
I know
that.
you
I
guys
have
don't
that.
like this one.
No, I like it, but it's just not. I wouldn't put it in
To
my
me,
top 5.
It's iconic.
you know what
Yeah,
it
of
is?
course.
And it's nostalgia, and just the black suit's just so badass to me that I'm like, anytime I see this cover, I'm like, yep, that's a great freaking cover.
I mean,
Love
so
it.
that 9/8, I have Silk. That I have a signed by Humberto Ramos.
That's dope.
At Fan Expo 2019, he signed it for me.
I think mine's 9/4 or 6 or something.
Still good because when she comes into the MCU, forget it.
This is another honorable mention of mine.
Secret Wars is a good one.
Secret Wars.
I'm mad about this
iconic
book.
cover. All the chaos in the back. Spider-Man getting his suit.
I have that
The
9/8
alien suit.
signed by Mike Zeck, cover artist.
I'm mad about. I have this book, and it's signed by all 3 of them.
That was the first book I ever got signed.
Really?
That was the first book I ever got signed.
Wasn't ASM 300?
No,
This is the
I don't
first
have
book-
ASM 300 signed.
This is the
You
first
did.
book I ever got.
You had ASM.
graded.
No, not
Yeah,
signed.
yeah.
No,
I
it's
have
not.
it. It's a 9.0, but I remember buying it just graded. Like, 9.0, I'll buy it.
Oh, you bought it graded?
Yeah, I bought it graded.
I bought it raw. He bought it for me raw, and then I sent it to see. It was the first book I ever got signed for a signature series.
Nice.
So this book is like near and dear to my heart because it was the first book ever signed for me. And Curtis got it signed the same at that Fan
At
Expo in
that Fan Expo.
2018.
Nice.
he, well, like an idiot, I told him, don't sell this book because this is a key book.
It is.
It's a key book.
It is.
Iconic cover. And at the time, he sold it in 2018 for like $220, signed 9.8. Now I just looked and I showed him how much do you think this book sells for in 2021?
It's probably getting close to a grand.
2021 signed and a 9.8.
Yes, so it was $220 in 2018.
I would
Jeez,
go
800.
800.
Close, $612 is what it just sold for.
More.
Flew up in price.
Yeah,
I
love
this I have a
cover.
5.0
Yeah,
signed
That cover's
by.
fire.
Great
that
cover.
one is fire.
This
Who-
is another
who
one
wants mine?
I love.
I have that too.
the first
Protector.
Lethal Protector
Yep.
cover.
That's okay.
Just
I
the
got
foam
one.
coming out of his mouth and just his grossness. Because Venom, it's just all slimy.
Oh, yeah.
Grossness. It's just awesome.
They need to bring that slime back.
They do.
They do.
That's
They did a little in the movie, not as
No,
bad.
I mean in the comic
Oh,
book.
in the
So
comic book,
when I-
like, they
when
did
I was a
little bit in
kid-
the movie.
I bought a Venom toy and it came with slime.
Ooh, that's cool.
Like it literally had a thing of slime.
That's
to play.
cool.
Yeah, it was pretty
The
awesome.
like late '90s and early 2000s were like the best action figures.
so
like
good.
probably one of the the best
yeah,
line.
without a
Well,
doubt.
now it's like it's more in depth with the figures.
Well, now it's
but,
more
like,
statues.
They're more
Yeah.
detailed.
Yeah.
I have every single book you just pointed. I have a 9.8 of all three of those books.
So
Jesus
a lot of the
Christ.
ones I picked were mostly older ones. There's a few modern ones like the Miles and the Batgirl and stuff, but this one is more modern. It's the
I know
Secret
that,
Wars 9 variant. Just because it's such a like passing of the torch kind of moment
Yep,
with them, with Peter and Miles, and you guys know how much I love Miles and how
that's your guy.
being a Puerto Rican myself is so cool. Like my whole life I've loved Spider-Man, and then all of a sudden, oh, there's a Puerto Rican one. It's like, oh my god, it's so cool. So the whole passing of the torch with this, it's simple cover, yeah, but
I forgot who did this
so
cover.
nostalgic.
Looks like 80 Granov.
It kind of does.
I'm not even
Look
kidding.
for the
It
signature.
literally looks like 80 Granov.
It's
Let me
either
check.
that or what's her name? It could be Sarah. What is it, Pacelli, the one that co-created Miles Morales.
Miles, yeah.
I don't know,
see.
but I
So-
do remember seeing that cover.
Nick, what are some of your covers that
Pacelli.
you really love?
It is right.
Yep.
See, I'm
You
a
guys are
beast.
good. I
Sarah
can't do
Pacelli.
that.
Sarah Pacelli. I knew.
She draws a lot like 80 Granov.
She does.
Like they look so similar the way they draw.
but just looking at that, I'm like, all right, it's either one of those two.
Yep.
So
You should pull it up. When we mention the comic book, you should Google it. So then you
Oh,
guys.
I'll pull it up. Yeah.
Oh no, but he has the computer. So then that way, can you get
Oh,
it through?
okay,
the-
okay.
So then that way you get
I
like a
usually
bigger
just
version.
do it on my phone and airdrop it.
Go ahead, Nick.
Okay, yeah,
Give a
sure.
few.
It's just so like everyone here can see it.
So one of my covers that I love the most is Captain America 1. This is actually a really modern comic. I actually have I actually have this
That's pretty cool.
signed. It's Zek. I have it signed. I have
I
it.
like Zek.
I have this book 9.8 signed by Zek.
Good.
So
That's
this is
awesome.
probably one of my favorite.
Is it
I know
9.8?
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
dude. I know you guys don't like Captain.
I can't find it.
I don't like
What?
Cap.
What are you looking for?
I can't find that. I
This
was trying
one?
to find it, but I can't. It's cool.
Just type in Mike.
That's
Captain
a dope
America
cover
1.
though.
Yeah,
It
it's
is nice. Is it the what was that variant called? Like the something pie?
Oh, fried pie.
Is that
Yeah.
a fried pie variant?
No, I don't know. It's
don't
not a
think
fried
so.
pie variant. No.
It looks like it.
And then here's another one for me. Champions
see.
10 Cyclops.
Yeah.
The Jim Lee
Cyclops.
version.
Yeah,
and
that one's
I don't
nice.
have it signed by Jim Lee. I
Wait,
don't
that's
think.
Marvel Contest of Champions? Oh,
Like Champions
Just
one.
Champions.
Champions.
Yeah.
The Contest of Champions books are actually pretty.
That's what I'm
good
saying.
now too.
The
Yeah.
cover's
Yeah, they got
fire.
some good
Yeah, I've
ones.
seen
Yeah.
some
They
of
have some
those.
good
yeah.
ones.
No, this is just the regular Champions one. Champions number 10.
It's nice.
What else? This is a pretty modern book too. I picked a lot more modern ones that I really like what we were talking about before about Mont.
I love that one.
That is- yeah.
What I like,
I
he
like that.
made every single one. So he has one of like Zach, Jason, like he has all of them.
The dragon in the background. So
Yeah,
dope.
each one has the animal in the back. That's why I like it. I have almost all of his.
Dragon sword.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
But the game
Just looking at football scores.
football scores.
Seahawks are getting slapped.
Wow.
Touchdown.
Wow.
One more
That's
cap.
unbelievable.
Metcalf.
Okay. good.
Literally.
One
Just
more
right now.
captain book I have is actually an old one.
Ooh.
You're going all cap heavy,
Yeah,
man.
dude. I have a
Dude,
lot
that's
of
your.
caps.
You need a cap tattoo.
I
you
really
really do.
laughed at, dude. I have so many tattoos. I
But
need
you,
to
you
do.
need to finish the Green Ranger
I
one
have
before.
so many, dude.
You
That's
got to
the only
finish
one
the
I
Green
have.
Ranger one.
It's almost done. I just
Yeah, it's
need
almost done.
So this is 263 Captain
Red
America.
Skull. Oof.
I don't actually have. If I do, it's a lower grade and it's not graded if I have it. And I think I do have it.
That's the only reason I like Cap's first movie. is because
Red Skull.
Red Skull.
He makes it so good, that
Pretty
movie.
badass.
Well,
Because
that's
I don't like any of his movies really besides Civil War and the first
What?
one.
Winter Soldier was
is
so
so
good.
good.
You know what?
It's okay.
Everyone says that's the best one, but for me,
Civil War. Me too.
No.
Civil War or the first one is
To me, I love Civil War more than Winter
mean,
Soldier.
That's
Bro.
more of an Avengers movie, right?
It really is.
It is, but it's his name,
But that
so you
was
have to say
considered-
it's Captain
yeah.
America.
But even watching it, Captain America drives that story.
He does. It's,
Well,
it's,
that's-
it's
Civil
got
War,
through,
yeah.
it
Well,
goes through him.
technically, it is a Captain America movie. That's what it was based
It's
on.
pretty much the continuation of Winter Soldier,
Winter
the
Soldier,
Bucky story
exactly.
with
Yeah.
that. But Winter Soldier, so good.
It's
The
a good
action in
movie.
that.
The
The
fighting
fight
scenes
scenes
are
are
really
so
good.
good.
The fighting scenes in that one are better than obviously
good.
the first one.
Probably the best trilogy of all the superheroes is Cap's. He has the best 3 sets of movies.
Probably. Yeah. I mean,
Iron
Thor-
Man's.
Iron Man was really good, the first two,
Until Spider-Man comes out,
right?
then Spider-Man will have the best.
We need Miles. though.
What's
Honestly,
going to happen in this
if-
new one is going to be mind-blowing. With
Yo,
all
that's
the-
what it is.
if
Dude.
the new one is what it's hyping up to be, then yeah.
Then I'll lose my
because
mind.
for me, the first Spider-Man: Homecoming, fantastic, but mostly because of Michael Keaton
Yeah.
as the Vulture.
Great job.
he did really good.
Fantastic. Now, Jake Gyllenhaal was
Good
great
Mysterio.
as Mysterio. Just that, I don't
The
know.
storyline
whole
was messed up,
story
bro.
is kind of like
Storyline wasn't that
in
good.
Europe, and he's in this black suit, and
Yep.
Nick Fury isn't Nick. It was a lot going on there. Still good, but a lot going on. The third one has to be amazing for it to
It does.
end up
It
being
will
the
be.
best trilogy.
It will
Because
be.
the storyline with
you-
Mysterio was messed up.
Do you know how many
dude.
times people?
That storyline was weird.
Too bad we're not going to be in the movie theaters when that comes out, most likely, because
December.
I mean, we might.
December, we'll be in
Next
the movies.
December, we might be, bro.
yeah, if the movie theaters are
this
alive,
December.
That's
they
true. If
survive,
they're open,
if they
Amazon
survive-
just bought the biggest
the one
ones
in
here.
Revere, yeah.
What about Assembly?
It's
Yeah,
still closed.
It's still
Still
closed.
closed.
They're not even.
Unbelievable.
Well,
I haven't
like
been to
that's
the
like
movies in
Morgan.
2 years
Morgan.
almost.
Morgan worked at Regal, and they all got
That's
shut
crazy.
down.
Yeah, at Fenway. Yeah, the
All of
Fenway.
them.
Yeah.
But that would be a movie where you would see so many people, like when a character comes up, like the Dr. Octavius from the original
Dude, if
trilogy.
that-
People will just
stand
go
up and
wild.
start clapping.
You
I will
understand.
stand up and go
If
quiet.
Tobey Maguire
He will.
shows up in that movie,
He's already on. They already got him on
no,
set.
no,
Swear on everything.
No, they got him on set.
They say that he's coming in for a wardrobe. Like
He's the
to
best
check his
Spider-Man.
suit. No.
That's
Nah.
a whole-
No, all right, hold on.
No, because me and Gabe talked about this already.
Hold on.
There's no.
I think he's the best Peter Parker.
There you go. Okay.
I
He's
don't know, dude.
You know what? He's a really good Peter,
I
bro.
disagree.
Who are you
If
going to
you look-
say?
if you-
Tom Holland?
If you look at
honestly, I think Andrew Garfield did
So-
a great job.
No, me and Nick
with
agree
the
with you.
being a
Yeah,
wise
so
ass.
this is
He
this
was a
is-
wise ass, but he was
He
young.
was the best Spider-Man because of the wisecracks and things like that. And as far as Peter Parker goes, he was a little too cool, but scientifically, he was the best scientific
That he
Peter
was.
Parker to me.
Yes.
Like Tom Holland's like a little engineer. He's like a mini Tony Stark. I don't really like that.
And that's why he doesn't like that. It's the Miles story.
Yeah, and he's
Tom
like pretty
Holland's
much taking
Spider-Man
Miles
is
Morales'
taking
story.
Miles' story.
Yeah.
Goes to
That's
this
why.
special like intelligent science school. Ned leads in Tom Holland's movie. That's Genki. Like, how is that? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I agree.
It's-
I listen. I think Tom Holland is a great Spider-Man. I have
me too.
Well, that's what we were saying.
I think he's great.
Yeah.
and I, honestly, at the moment, like I couldn't see anybody else playing Spider-Man.
I could.
I could. Yeah.
Who?
Andrew Garfield.
Andrew Garfield.
But
Dude,
Andrew Garfield is already in his. He's my age. He's in his mid-30s.
no, but if you look
Well-
at how he played that movie, Ned, it would have been perfect for him and Tony Stark. If you really think about it.
I don't know.
Like-
It
But
wouldn't.
even
I don't
so,
know. Tom Holland's
and
like
no.
At the-
babyface.
he's
No.
at the yeah, exactly.
He's a
and
baby.
look,
Andrew Garfield
get-
wouldn't go as well.
Too old.
The reason why I'm sick and tired of Spider-Man being in high school. I'm
He's
sorry.
always in high school.
I don't
Always.
like
Okay.
it. Most comic books don't have him in high school.
No, he's already older.
He's
he
an
does
older dude.
photographer, whatever,
Maybe college you can put him in, but most of the time he's already out. He's done. He's an adult.
and works full
You
time.
know what I mean?
Did you ever see the
Full-time.
like you ever see the creator like artist like making of like the CG of putting Andrew Garfield next to Tony Stark? And like certain dude, I've sent them to you before.
Yeah, I think
like,
I've seen him.
it fits perfectly Andrew Garfield in like how Andrew Garfield would fit with the younger crowd, but also
when I
with the
say
older
I
crowd.
can
I
see
don't know, man.
I can
I don't
see
see it.
It
Andrew.
wouldn't be good, especially when he disappeared.
When I say I can see Andrew playing Spider-Man, I don't mean MCU.
No.
Not MCU.
I'm not saying with Robert Downey Jr. No,
But that's why I said I don't see anybody in the MCU playing a better Spider-Man than Tom Holland. I don't.
because of the way they built it,
Right.
already. Because that's his character. That's how Tom Holland shaped it.
Yeah.
And I agree, because that's his Spider-Man. Now, if Venom was its own thing, even there's rumors that it's gonna all merge into one and all that, and because of Morbius and all that.
Yep.
But I think Andrew Garfield would have amazing chemistry with Tom Hardy's Venom.
I could see that because they're
older.
Yeah, they're older.
They're older.
Yeah, like Tom
That would
Holland.
be good if they put Andrew Garfield for
Because to me, like
Tom Hardy.
Andrew
dude.
Garfield,
That would be good.
like the way he fits in the Spider-Man suit, it just reminds me of that 90s Todd McFarlane kind of Spider-Man.
I
Yep.
agree.
You know what I mean? And of course, that's when Venom was,
That's
at his
Spider-Man,
height.
Exactly.
So
That's-
to
yeah.
me, they would work well together.
And they were almost like the same age, right? Like Eddie Brock, I think, was a little older than him in
Yeah.
the comic books, but not you see Tom Hardy and you see Tom Holland, you're like, dude, he could probably be his dad.
Yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean? Whereas if you had Andrew Garfield in there, you wouldn't feel that same vibe. It'd be
Exactly.
Well, that's
Just
another.
like with
they're
Tony
almost the s-
Stark and Robert Downey and
But-
Tom Holland.
yeah, that's what you would get, like a father
Like
figure.
when
Exactly.
he's disappearing and
Infinity War.
Infinity War, you're like, oh my god, like if it's like a father son moment.
Yeah.
But it's not Spider-Man. It's Miles. Like his story. Like they made it to be a Spider-Man story.
I get what you're saying.
But it's not. It's a Miles.
in his solo movies,
Yeah.
it's more of a Miles kind of.
If
a
you look at his
feel.
solo movies, it's mainly Miles. Like it's a Miles story. And
But I mean, my opinion is he great as Spider-Man? He's great as Spider-Man. I don't like what they're doing with the character. Really making him like
'Cause
an
now-
Iron Man, like a mini Iron Man engineer, kind of. Oh, let me
I don't
build
like that
my.
either.
You know
it's
what
like,
I mean?
oh yeah, this character just died off in the MCU. Let's make you the new one.
Well, that's what kind of his movies were about him taking over. But now it also kind of gets confusing because now we're going to get Armor Wars, which
Yep.
is basically going to have Riri Williams, which is Ironheart,
Yeah.
which technically takes over for Stark.
Yep.
So like, how are they going to put all this together? And then what happens if they bring Miles Morales?
they
What
will.
if?
They will
They're
eventually.
gonna.
Yeah, but how are
if
they going to do
don't,
that?
then-
Imagine, how would they do that? Genki, he's going to have another Asian sidekick?
I mean,
No,
it's
they're not
Marvel.
They're
They'll
not
find a
going to
way.
throw him in a movie.
I know.
Like in
I
a
don't-
rant, he's going to get his own movie. They're
I
not
don't-
just going to throw him in one.
I think,
It's
I think he
hard
might
to
make
tell.
an appearance first somewhere.
They shouldn't
and
do
then
that.
have
They
his own.
should, he deserves his own movie before
No, he
gets
will.
thrown
He
in.
does have his own movie,
I mean,
No,
And
but like
the
not,
animated.
not animated.
which to me is the best Spider-Man movie
that movie's
ever
fire,
made.
bro.
That movie
I love
is-
it.
So good.
It's really good.
Slaps.
It does slap.
But I think if they do Miles live action MCU, it'll be in the Spider-Man movies. But unfortunately, what I think they're going to do is have them be the same age because of that time jump that happened,
They could do that.
which means Miles never got snapped away.
Yeah.
He continued to age.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep.
He might be maybe like a year or two younger, whatever.
Yeah,
but which I don't like. I like the separation in age with them in the comic books because Peter takes that mentor role. Well, when they eventually brought Miles into the 616 universe,
Yeah.
you know, in the Ultimate Universe, obviously Peter Parker dies, but when they finally brought it in, it was cool to have that mentor kind of relationship with them.
Yeah, I agree.
And the same thing in the video games. Like I played the Miles game,
I
it
didn't
was like a
play it.
mentor kind of role, and eventually becomes more of a partner role, and they're equals. But
Maybe they're doing that, Nick. They're having the Iron Man is, the mentor to Spider-Man or Tom Holland, Peter Parker, and then Peter Parker, Tom Holland is going to be the mentor to Miles Morales. So it's going to be like, I was a mentor, I was I was an apprentice,
Switching.
and now I'm going to be the mentor to this
But
guy.
one thing, and I hate the trash on Tom Holland's movies, but the first one, Homecoming, you had Robert Downey Jr. as kind of a mentor role in that one, like the adult figure in his life. Then in the second one, Happy Hogan is there, and you got Nick Fury kind of being, and now in the third one, Doctor Strange is going to be in it.
Yep.
And it's like, I kind of like just let him be alone for a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let him be Spider-Man.
We also
by
have
himself.
no idea what's going to happen for this.
That's true too. We don't know.
Yep.
Because
Doctor Strange could be in 2 seconds of
hey
it.
guys,
I don't know.
less
but
than a week until WandaVision.
I can't wait.
Can't wait.
WandaVision is
lit.
this Friday.
Dude.
So lit. And they're
We
dropping
literally have so many things to talk about that we talk about one thing, then go to another, then go to another, then go to
We
another.
just branch off.
It's crazy.
2 episodes are being
Yeah,
released.
they said
Oh,
2
they are?
episodes. So yeah, released today that 2 episodes, 30 minutes each.
It's gonna be lit.
Oh my
And I'm not
God.
even a fan of either, really.
Me
but-
neither.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
I love
really?
them.
No.
Oh my God,
don't.
they're so good.
No, I'm not saying no. I like them, but I'm not fanatics, or I'm not a big fan of either
No.
character,
I get
you know
yeah.
what I mean?
But
Yeah.
but their story.
I like them.
But their story, like for me, that's why I like TV and movies a lot, because it's the story behind like we get to see their relationship now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, somewhat
Yeah,
if it's
made
real.
up.
We know
Yeah,
it's not real.
made up.
I'm just waiting for some X-Men stuff to pop up.
That
But
too.
that's the thing.
Well, that's what
House
it is.
of M. That
That's,
storyline.
yeah, House of M.
storyline
That's what I'm waiting
is
for.
Wanda. Yeah, absolutely.
Now,
There's
do you-
no way they did this series without any influence from House of M. They
you
have
think-
to put
They are.
that in.
It
there.
is.
I was about,
Like,
do you
there's a
think
bunch
they're
of
gonna?
Easter eggs. Yeah.
Do you think they're gonna say mutant or X-Men?
They
Do you
finally
think
can. They
Yeah,
finally
they
can.
finally can?
Yeah,
But Evan,
think so.
Evan Peters got casted in that show.
you're right. But they're saying
We don't know what he's gonna
We
do.
don't exactly. We don't know what he is.
Dude, he might be Quicksilver. You never know.
He might be Quicksilver.
Remember,
He might be
because Wanda's in
Mephisto.
MCU.
I heard
Or
Mephisto.
Yeah.
I heard
Oh,
rumors that he
that'd
might be
lit.
Mephisto,
Yeah.
He's in Marvel Contest of Champions. He was a new one, right? Like,
which is
he's
cool.
like the
Yeah, but he's a huge comic book character, Tom.
Yeah,
He's
bro.
huge.
Which is
huge.
yeah, it's cool if he's playing Mephisto. Yeah, but I feel like Mephisto could be such like he could be like a Thanos level like
he's
dude,
a bully.
You know what I mean?
He's a bully. He
like
is
a lot of comic like.
Do you guys know where he originates from?
I'm gonna guess Spider-Man.
No.
No, I don't remember.
I know most of his stories
I know
from
it's someone
Spider-Man.
random too.
Daredevil.
No.
No,
Silver Surfer.
Silver Surfer. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Silver Surfer. I
lit.
forget what issue, maybe 4 or 5, but
Nice.
it's from his series.
Dope.
That's the first appearance, and it's been spiking up in comic and money because
Money.
they know that's the big villain for the
yeah,
series.
yeah.
And
I
you're
know-
right, he has that caliber of being like, you know, a Thanos level type of boss because he's the underworld. You
Underworld,
know,
yeah.
he's
What about Null?
Not
that's
yet,
down
dude.
the road.
That's-
I mentioned that
Oh,
before.
I know. I've listened.
No.
I've listened. He's gonna be huge in 10 years.
There's no way he's gonna get his own movie.
10 years.
Before
No,
someone.
not even in 10
Huge.
years. I'm sorry. His
He-
own movie.
He will be in a
Solo
Venom
movie.
No,
He'll be in a
he'll
Venom
be the
movie.
main villain.
He'll be the villain
That's
of a
what I
movie.
agree.
That's what I said. In a Venom movie.
Venom or Spider-Man. He will
They
be
could-
like
they
one of
could
the
do
end
it-
games. Trust
But
me.
if they do it for a Venom movie, I don't
You
want
got to
him-
read King in Black
I
and
don't
see how
want him,
strong he is.
No, he's one of the strongest characters in the Marvel universe.
He is.
Yeah.
But I don't want him to be just a Venom villain and then, okay, we did that villain and then no, I want
He
him
won't be.
I want them if they're gonna do just a Venom villain and not MCU stuff, build to him.
Yes, I agree, and I think that's what they're
You know
gonna
what I
do.
mean?
I think that's what they're
They
gonna
have to do
Carnage is, you know, he's a big villain, but he's not like an end game type of villain.
Yeah.
he's not even close to
like
that.
he's not a Galactus, right? He's not a Null.
Yeah, Null,
But
and Null is much stronger than
Carnage
Galactus.
though
He is.
could
He
be
is.
like an Age of Ultron level thing.
Yeah, but Age of
'Cause
Ultron
comic
should have
books-
been bigger too, though.
Yeah, Ultron should have.
Ultron
been
should've
better.
gotten bigger.
Ultron, but I'm saying
got
like
slapped
how
up and
the
he's done.
Avengers had to come together
Yes.
for this villain.
Yes.
But it wasn't like a Thanos level villain, but it was still an excuse for all. Carnage is that type of villain to me because in the comic books, the Avengers had to deal with Carnage a few times.
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, and Venom can't, he's stronger than Venom, so
Yeah.
Venom always gets he recruits Spider-Man to
always.
help.
Always.
It's not just
He has
one
a str-
superhero that can
his
take him.
connection with the symbiote stronger than Eddie Brock's
Yeah.
is with the Venom.
Absolutely.
But with the Carnage being the next Venom movie, if they hint, because in the first Venom movie, they already hinted at Null.
Yeah.
Did they?
Swear
They
to God.
hinted at the planet
They
that they
there's a
come
planet
from.
that they come from.
Clentar.
Clentar.
Yeah.
So they hint that's literally the seed right there.
I need to rewatch Venom. I've only watched it one time in the movie.
I
me
literally
too.
never heard them say
I've
it.
never watched
I watched
it again.
it one time.
I
in the
watched
movie.
it 3 times. Remember it was on Fox like
Yeah,
2
like
months
every
ago?
other week.
FX?
Like every other week it was on.
FX,
Yeah.
And I watched
But-
it.
He'll
Yeah.
be an Endgame guy.
They-
he won't be the like.
He's gonna be huge.
one movie and then he's done. No, you're right. It's gonna build up.
They have to build to him, yeah. Because I don't
That's
want.
what Donny Cates wants. Like,
Oh, my
that's
God.
his character, and the storyline is massive. I mean, look, it's brought people, you know, that haven't read comic books in years back into reading the Venom. My brother never really got into comic books until, you know, he'd buy an issue here and there, but the Venom
but not
story,
reading.
no.
But what was it? 2019 that comic books like shot up,
Yeah.
like their sales like shot
And then
up.
COVID even shot it up even more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that too.
And the first appearance of Null, like how many characters that have been, like we said, how many new characters within the last 3 or 4 years that you can say are probably going to crack into people's top 5, top 10 lists of favorite characters? Not many. Null is probably one of the only ones. Yeah. His first appearance, 9/8, goes for $350. That's a modern book.
Yeah.
That
You
book
can even go like the
3
past
years ago.
Past 10 years, only characters that really pop up that I can think of off the top of my head is Miles, who was like 2011.
Yep.
And then like maybe I guess you can say Silk from Spider-Man.
Maybe
she'll show up in a movie.
Yeah.
Maybe some
What
people's
about
top 10.
Kamala Khan? When is she
Kamala
coming?
Khan is another one.
She's big.
She's a big. A
And
lot
then-
of people cosplay her now
Yeah,
a lot
she's
more too.
huge.
She got
And-
big quick.
Kamala Khan's Miss Marvel, and then Null, and then I can't really think of any new characters that really like might have their own TV show or movie.
But I was just
or
about
things
to
that-
say, but those characters
Are big.
have been announced with TV shows or have had already been had a movie like Miles had an anime or a video game. Null hasn't had anything. He hasn't been in any
He just
TV
literally
shows.
showed up in the comic.
Once people
Literally
really
started.
realize who he is, they're gonna
how
jump on
powerful
his
he
train.
is.
He's already in my top 5 favorite comic characters all time.
Yes.
I believe
Top
it.
5.
I believe it.
The way that he is in the books
And-
is just he's so bad. You got to
No
read
spoilers for people.
Yeah.
Silver Surfer
I mean,
Black.
I already read them.
If you haven't read Silver
Yeah,
Surfer
you
Black,
should. You should since you're a
he's
Silver
the main
Surfer.
villain. It's unbelievable.
And it's
It's written by
tosses-
Donny Cates.
Get it on Comixology. Right?
Yes.
Bro.
Yeah. No. Get it. It is
Silver
so-
Surfer Black.
It
and
is
Null is the main villain. It is wild, bro.
One of the covers on that, it won't make my top 5 today, but it's definitely in my like top 10 favorite covers. It's by Mike Diodato. If you guys have seen it, it's the second print, Silver Surfer Black #1, where Null is choking Norrin Rad like he is a rag doll. It is such a badass.
That shows
cover.
you how powerful he. Because Silver Surfer himself
He's a
And he's
monster.
getting
is like
choked.
when they did the rankings, like top 5 powerful Marvel.
Oh, yeah.
He's
characters.
very strong.
And for Null to just be like, yeah,
Literally
Bro.
just chokes
you know what I
him.
mean?
So there was a remember the tattoo that I showed you?
Yeah. No.
So there's a guy got a tattoo. I don't know who it was,
I
but
was literally reading Ninja Turtles last though.
Oh, good.
I was reading.
in one of the Silver Surfer Black pages, Null is holding up Silver Surfer and choking him, and Silver Surfer like asks him, "Who are you?" And he's like, "I am God." That's literally what he's like. Call me God. That was his response.
Yeah,
To Silver Surfer, dude.
You got to pull up that read the Silver Surfer Black, and then if you can get on to check the cover that I'm talking about, it's so I own it. I bought it off Harrison Comics out in Salem.
Yeah.
But it is Silver Surfer Black #1, second print, Mike Diodato cover.
Cover's
that
fire.
one is so
Got it in there?
fire.
It's beyond fire.
It cracks my top 10. It's an honorable mention. Let's put it that way. It's not in my
Honorable
top
mention.
5, but it's an honorable mention to me.
Yep.
And
That's the one that everyone's
me see.
friggin' everyone's slabbing.
yes.
Bro.
Look at that.
That's a dope cover.
Let me
That-
see it.
I actually,
his sword too.
I
the,
know.
the Necro Sword.
I
So
emailed
dope.
Mike Diodato to see if I could buy that off of him. I got no response.
No shit.
He
'cause
probably already sold
he
it.
sold it for like $5,000. Yeah.
I try, man. I really.
cover's
I
flame,
go
right?
for
That's a dope cover, and
Bro.
that's not in your top 5. You said.
no.
What the hell?
That's top 10.
There's so now
That's
I-
top 10 for me. I
new
mean,
books,
look at it.
The new
So what-
covers,
what
bro,
other
are
covers
way
do you
better
have?
than the
I'll
old
show you.
ones because
Well,
the
that's-
artwork
that-
just exceeds
Well, that's
so much.
yeah. The artwork obviously
It's
is on
unreal,
another
dude.
level now, but that's why my criteria was, the artwork, yes, but also nostalgia and how significant the comic book is to me, and things
Yep.
like that.
Yep.
If it was just based on artwork, then
It would be,
a
that's
lot
why a
more
lot of
modern
mine.
stuff
That's
would
why
be
there's a
on
lot
my
more
book.
modern. For
Yeah,
me.
yeah, exactly.
Like, I like some older Cyclops books. Like some.
yeah, he has to
Cap
finish
books.
his list.
Yeah, it doesn't
Oh,
matter.
did you?
Good.
No, I did.
I thought he did.
I put like
He
4 or
did.
5 up. Yeah,
No,
no,
I
I did.
I
like,
only have like 1 to 2 at the top of
yeah,
my
there's
mind.
not.
I got
yeah.
it.
Because
So.
there's for me, I said that's why I said there's no like specific order for me to pick. There's too many books to choose from. That's the
lot.
problem.
Way too
like
many.
it's just too damn. That
I was
book-
this
many.
close, Nick, to sending that book in for the Donny Cates signature.
really?
But the thing is, I have like 2 or 3 dings on the side, and I know it's not going to be a 9.8.
even
So,
if you press.
even if I press,
I
no.
told Gabe he
It'll
should
be
have
a
pressed.
9.6.
I told Gabe he should have pressed those 2 books he had that I brought in. He didn't
Yeah,
want
but
them.
I'll tell you this.
ASM 122, I wasn't planning on selling, so I was
I
like,
know.
why do I
No,
need to
but
press it?
you know what? And most of those books, as a fellow key collector here, you know, some of like I just sent in that first appearance of Silver Surfer, right? Fantastic Four 48. Oh, man. Which is my holy grail, one of my holy grails right now.
After that, that's my holy grail.
Yeah,
after that.
He's your number 2, right?
If I were to rank them, it's different now because there's a few new characters.
Wait, really? I thought Silver Surfer was your second though. After Miles.
No.
He's really
Spider-Man,
Peter Parker, Miles Morales, Silver Surfer.
Okay,
he's badass.
That cover,
Silver Surfer.
I don't even like that cover for 48. I like Tommy's 49 better with Galactus on the front and Silver Surfer and Fantastic Four running away
he has
from
a better cover.
He has the
but
better
then
cover,
you
but I have the
bigger
bigger key. I have the bigger
That's
key.
the one that I have is Galactus' first appearance, and that's their first
Covers
together.
for both of them.
Together. That's their first book.
See, that book, it's a book that I don't plan on selling, right? It's one of my key books that, you know, I want to pass it down generations, you know what I mean? And if, I mean, maybe 40, 50 years down the road, if it's worth, you know, 20,000, 30,000, maybe I might sell it. Right now it goes for about $2,000. But I had
your grandson's going to sell it.
Yeah, seriously. Right? But you know what? The fact that I had to get it pressed. When it comes to those older books, people, I highly recommend just getting it pressed, optimize the grade as much as possible, even if you don't plan on selling it, because it will add value to the book. And then who knows, maybe you're in a bind in 20 years, you might need that income.
I did say if I were to get Amazing Spider-Man 50, which is another cover that like I really love.
Kingpin's first appearance?
Yeah, Kingpin's first.
It's a fire
I would
cover.
get that pressed, even though I have no intent. But 122, it's not even a key issue.
But
like,
you know
really.
what? But you got to remember, that's an old
it is an old book.
Age Spider-Man
It's
book.
absolutely an old book, which actually
sometimes covers go for just as much as some minor key.
121 is the key, which is the death of Gwen Stacy.
Yes.
Which Scott.
But I like that cover better though.
Signed by Stan Lee.
Signed by Stan Lee.
Yeah.
And he sent that in to get.
But
Did he sell that?
I don't. If he did, I'd be mad at him. I'd be so
'Cause,
angry.
He got rid of his like entire collection, and then he bought back books again. I don't know. That kid's weird when it comes to buying and selling. I don't know.
He does go wild.
But I think he did save that one.
I'm pretty sure. He
have to
saved
ask
that
I
one.
think he did.
He's going for Amazing Fantasy 15.
No, I know, but he said he was going to save that
he
one
sold
because
everything to get it.
He said he was going to save that one. I think because of Stan Lee. I think that's why, because Stan Lee signed that one.
He won't. You said?
No, he was going to keep it. That's why he was going to keep it.
Absolutely.
But like for me, I like that cover 122 better than 121. I don't like 121's cover.
That's the same thing with
That's the same thing with
Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four,
Like
yeah.
48 with the Watcher on the front. I don't really like it.
Yeah.
But
It's not that great of a cover.
no,
though.
it's not that good. But
horrible cover.
But it is. I don't want to say horrible, but it's just it doesn't pop. It's not.
It's
it doesn't catch
iconic,
the
but
eye.
it's not
Yeah.
really. Yeah.
Like 49, you see 49, you're like, yo, that cover is badass, dude. I love that cover. Even 50, which isn't even a key book, is
a nice
better
cover,
than
yeah.
with Silver Surfer and that brown background. That's better than the 48. I'm just saying, but obviously 48 is the key, right? That's the main book
Or
you want to have.
52. Black Panther.
Oh yeah, well,
Black
52.
Panther.
is-
That book's.
I wish I got that book.
I'm talking about the Silver Surfer
No, I know.
Galactus
No, of
saga.
course.
Wait, you guys? There wasn't. Oh no, there wasn't a.
No,
Black
I wanted
Panther
a
on that book.
52 bad.
Real
That's
quick.
what I wanted the most.
Real quick, and this is a blunder by both my brother and I. We went to Outer Limits in Waltham comic book store. Steve owns that, right? Is that his name? And we went there this summer. This was before Chadwick Boseman passed away.
Oh, jeez.
You know, rest in
And you
peace.
guys-
I was shocked. I texted you
Yeah,
when he
yeah,
died,
yeah. And I woke
shocked.
up. Yeah.
I was
cried.
shocked. I did too. And Tommy and I were there. He had a raw copy up there of Fantastic Four number 52. And I look at Tommy and I go, hey, Steve, how much is that? He's like, oh, it's a 3. He's like, it's a 4.5. And I want like 300 or 400 for it. And I look at Tommy and I'm like, yo, we should do it. We should just buy the book and split it. Tommy's like, I don't know. And then I didn't push back hard enough. I was like, all right, screw it. We'll just let it go. Then Chadwick Boseman passes away. I swear to God, like a week or two later, after, or maybe less than a month after we saw a raw copy for that amount. Now that raw copy goes for, it goes slab for like $800-900.
You just
I was
never
like,
know.
oh, we should
Yeah,
have
but you
bought
never
it.
know. That was one person that we didn't even know that was sick. We didn't
No.
even know he had cancer. We didn't even know.
But what I was surprised was because Tommy is a big Black Panther fan.
Yeah, I thought he would have
so
gotten
I thought
it.
he would have been like, yo, let's
Yeah,
do it.
let's just
Push
do
for
it.
it a little more.
Let's just
The
invest.
reason why is because I didn't want a 3.
Yeah, but now look.
Now
I know.
yeah.
But I wanted
In
like a
hindsight,
6.
yeah, right. And that's you listen, it's like the stock market for comic books, right? Sometimes you buy a book when it was low and then it spikes. And then sometimes you buy a book when it's high and then it depreciates.
Yeah.
That's just how the comic book
That's
world
what
goes.
the one I sent in to get pressed was first appearance of Taskmaster
Yeah.
because
He lost his. He had
Lost it?
bro.
Yeah, can't find it.
What the hell?
Lost it.
No idea.
I don't even know how. I have way more books than him. I don't know how he lost it.
Find it.
But go
Because
ahead.
of all
Yes.
the
Yeah,
stuff
I
that
sent
happened in
it
the
in.
basement, and Dad moves it and gone.
Dude, it's probably like
You probably sold it and don't even remember.
I didn't
Jesus.
sell that.
But I got it
pressed,
pressed
yeah.
because the Black Widow movie, obviously, he's gonna be in it.
main villain.
So I'm like, boom, when that comes out, I'll have it nice and ready.
The big books.
Sell it.
Yep.
Boom.
That's-
Make a
that's the
profit.
time to flip.
I forgot to tell you, you should hold that Swamp Thing.
The Swamp Thing, yeah, I'll hold
Just
it.
hold it.
By the way,
Because I was
for a
looking.
while.
I have Swamp Thing number 2.
Nice.
Yeah, that's another one that I was
found
saying.
it, and it's in really good
Yeah.
condition.
Nice.
And it's like a ton of first appearance. I don't know any characters.
Because it's all DC.
Yeah, I don't know anyone.
But his the number 7, I didn't know that was Gotham until he
Yeah.
said it, and I'm like,
What do
oh
you mean?
yeah.
It's the first time Swamp Thing and Batman meet, and it takes place in Gotham.
Oh no way!
That's lit.
Oh, that's pretty dope.
Yeah.
I got the one that I have number 2. It's probably like 8.5, 9.0.
Yeah,
It's like
see?
really high grade.
You guys keep talking.
Okay. But yeah, that's you have some books that you wish you bought. Like that was one book that I look back with Tommy and I'm like, damn, dude, we really effed up there. We should have bought that Black Panther, added that to our collection, and then down the road flip it because now there's not going to be a.
Hey, Nerd Sheet here. Our cameras died during the middle of our podcast. Sorry about that. We're here with Amaya Bros. It's pretty awesome.
What's up?
Yeah. But you can check out the rest of this audio, pretty much only, on Spotify. So check it out there. And yeah, Nick.
Peace out.
Nerd. Sheet.
Hey guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Please make sure you subscribe to Nerd Sheet, and also make sure post notifications are on. That way you can view all our videos right away. Go check out all the other ones now. They should be somewhere on the screen. Nerd Sheet out.